My sword is an extension of my arm. My sword is an extension of my arm. So, is my plumage an extension of my head? Focus, Seela.
There goes Scroll of Haste and Potion of Restoration. Nice. Everyone is now in good health. So it's time, I think, to get moving. Oh, god damn it, I got 2 more heads in my inventory. Get out of there. Alright, let's save this right here. Call it, Time to Gray Garrison. The heads will be explained later on. Somewhat. Anyway, you ever have like have you ever had like a pet cat and then the pet cat would bring you dead mice? Kind of like that, I think. Feared undead. That's pretty good too. All right, everything is ready. Let's go. Onward to arms. All right, we're bringing Nenya for this. We are bringing Camellia. Should I bring Nenya? I've got 1 caster, 2 caster, 3 caster, 4. 5 caster seems like a little too much. So this is probably good. Here we go. I'm gonna have a speedy horse. I hope the ritual works. It has to. There's no room for error. It worked! Praise Iomade! Now it's the demon's turn to suffer.
How much longer?
Secret passage to the Grey Garrison. Where the fuck are you going, Seela?
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Where's this? Where the hell does this thing connect to? What? Where does this thing connect to? What on earth?
Follow me. Or don't.
What does this thing connect to? What? You guys want to disable this, maybe?
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Okay. Protective Luck plus Cackle. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to finally get out of,
Fine.
Nice. That worked perfectly. That's why I'm hoping to get out of, Camellia once I get a couple more levels in her.
This is my kind of work. You sure it's safe?
Yeah, it's safe enough for you to be here. Loot. We got a funny scabbard for Erebeth. We'll figure out what's up with that one later.
Move aside.
And it's time.
They will break against our resolve.
Alright, we've got haste. That's lasting for an hour, so you know what? Mutagen up, boy. Give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. And that, and that.
Make way.
This door's locked. And the horse is just neighing here all day. It's just sitting around. Check it out, it's the Wardstone. The building was severely damaged when the Demon Lord Discari flung the Wardstone against its wall. Huh, interesting, you can't go back into the cellar. How curious. Oh, no, there it is. It's right there. I'm blind. Which go where?
The light.
Time to stretch the muscles.
I mean, I was just in the cellar, wasn't I? Like, was I not just in there?
Follow me, or don't.
Yeah, I was here. No, I didn't. Got it. Where is it? Right there. Scabbard of Heirloom Sword. Yeah, don't worry, I'm fully aware about Earth Scab. I know more about Earth Scabbard than probably most of you do. Maybe.
I hope you appreciate this.
Alright, so the assault on the Great Garrison is much more expanded in this game than it is in the original Adventure Path. Like, in the original Adventure Path, there's a little bit of stuff going on down here, too. It's, like, very similar in sort of... The Crusaders are drawing the attention off while you guys are invading to try and destroy the Wardstone. But it's much larger here. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't exist that's been added in.
Make way.
Let's see, the stairs are severely damaged.
The inheritors. Guide my blade.
Oh no, the horse! Mr. Fred! There's Staunton! Staunton, there you are, my little pet. Don't come near me! Get back! No need to be so rude, my love. Let's leave this place so we can have some privacy. And... away they go. Alright, so once again, Staunton does not exist at this point in the game.
You're a good person. I like you.
Let's just do this real quick.
Yes.
It's gonna heal the horsey up.
Yes.
There we go. So, Staunton does not exist at this point in the adventure path. All the stuff with Staunton, like, showing up here is completely brand new for the game. He does exist in the original adventure, but he basically only exists in the part in the next chapter. In the original adventure path, like I said, this is a very small dungeon because you spend a lot of time adventuring around Dresden, sort of picking up various bits and pieces, getting things set up to actually assault the Great Garrison. And once you get in there, you get to fight your way to the Wardstone, which is, as I said before, instead of this giant monolithic pillar, it's really just like a small rock sitting in a room surrounded by a cage.
Save the last one for me.
Without risk!
I really wish the horse would stop going in first. Horse, where are you going? There we go. Now, is this going to open? No. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So I can get through there if I so desire.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Ah, geez, it's a lot of directions. Where the hell are they? Okay, that's not gonna work. Well, that ain't gonna fly. That's not gonna fly here. Camellia, actually, you know what? I'm gonna have you get on your horse. Get on Mr. Fred.
Save the last one for me.
Very good. Ah, I missed an inflict light wounds right there. Disable that trap if you would.
I am helpful, am I not?
What do we have here?
Thanks, Lamb. You're
Surrender,
so
or
awesome.
else.
Another obstacle.
Alright, I'll take a look at that in just a second.
Might be trap. Might be trap.
Alright, so what do we have in Horgus Gorm's mansion? A necklace, neck item, Voracious Spirit. Whenever the wearer of this amulet lands a killing blow, she gains one of the following stacking bonuses that last until the next rest. Plus 10 temporary hit points to a maximum of 50, plus 1 bonus to AC to a maximum of 5, plus 1 bonus on fort saving throws to a maximum of 5, plus 1 bonus on will saving throws to a maximum of 5. That's really good. Also very much intended for Camellia. Obviously intended for Camellia. I wonder if that's part of a side quest that you come back there for.
Move aside.
Always be ready for the If we find trouble,
Ah,
you
jeez.
cross the wrong line.
Done with you.
Push the wrong button by accident. Alright, there was another dretch over here. Nope. What's the point of facing the altars? I mean, I understand plundering them, but getting your hands dirty just for that? Really?
Why do I have to do this?
Religion check fail. Why do I keep failing these religion checks? Fast relief is covered with blood and excrement. The actual meaning of the embossed figures is unclear to you. I don't actually think knock is in the game. Yeah, how's core difficulty doing for you?
Well, it's done.
These broken bits and pieces are disfigured relics dating back to the previous Crusades. This historical evidence of events long past has been destroyed by the cruel claws of demons. As for knock, I think there might be something, but I don't remember offhand. Star as a monk, I tend to go Oracle.
I hope you appreciate this.
Charisma damage. You probably got abracandaloed.
Make way.
Heavy paws. Knee pads let the wearer deal additional 1d6 bludgeoning damage on critical hits made with natural weapons. Okay, now here's the important question. Can I equip this to the horse? Yes. I mean, anyone can equip it, I assume, but it really just looks like it was intended for Camelia's use. Okay, now that room is a bit of a bear, so I'm going to leave that one for a second. This is all that remains of some demons killed on the spot by a powerful flame. It looks like a trap is still looks like a trap to protect the garrison and still might be active.
I found something.
Careful, it's a trap. It's part of the garrison's defense system. The demons were unable to disarm it. Let's see if I can do it. Alright, it seemed harder than it seemed. Oops. Look at that guy's running. Ah, fine. Forget the oops. We've avoided certain death by Repair's breath. All the way ahead is clear now. Sick. We've got a rapier. We've got loot. A magic sword, the Malady. Short sword, light, enhanced +1, cold iron finesse wielding. Where this +1 cold iron short sword lands a hit on an enemy, the target must have a fort save or become sickened. Ah, there's the Caden, the Tanker of the Free Spirit.
How much longer, I wonder?
I mean, it's probably just rusty, really.
I am helpful. Am I not?
Shiny dagger. +1 cold iron dagger confirms a crit. The target becomes blind. Oh, right, goes there. Ah.
Follow me! Or don't.
Is that a trap? It might be a trap.
Go down.
God damn it. Is it a one-time use? It summons some Azadas, right? Like that, I can just take a look, can't I? Thanks.
Move aside.
Once per day? Alright, that works. Alright, so this next encounter is something that actually does occur later on in the game. This is a fight that happens... okay. So yeah, this is a fight that happens in Dresden, but they moved it to here for whatever reason. Praise Iomade! Thank you for gracing your faithful knights with this visitation! My lady, I love you like no one else! Several knights reverently kneel before the succubus, who is wearing nothing but a smirk. With melodramatic flair, the demon sweeps a clawed hand over the heads of the knights and gives a mock blessing. And I love you, my children, all of you together, and each one separately! Goddess, I must confess a shameful sin. My thoughts about you, they're impure. Forgive me for my blasphemous words and base thoughts, but I can't help it. You're the most desirable of all women. No other goddess comes close to your beauty. Next to you, Sarenrae is a dull lamp, and Shellen dust beneath your feet. Will you forgive me for loving you, and not only in the way a true believer should love his deity? I forgive you, my knight. I forgive you, and I accept your love. But I see that you cannot forgive yourself. Your flesh craves punishment. So punish yourself, wash away your sin with blood, and earn my love, the divine and the carnal. With trembling hands, the knight brings his blade to his face. These eyes which dared gaze upon you with such lustful intent, take them, my goddess! The knight cuts out his eyes with a muffled moan and holds the 2 bloody lumps out to the succubus. I accept your gift. The succubus gently takes the eyeballs and trails them over her stomach and breast, decorating her skin with scarlet patterns. Then she brings them to her mouth and chews them with relish. Red saliva dribbles over her lips and chin. Now, my lights, I want you to lick every... Wait, who's this? Blasphemers who come to disturb our sacrament? The succubus points at you and the knights, who still have eyes, obediently turn in your direction. Yeah, that's fair. Dresden is pretty large. Horrifying, murmurs Camellia, unable to take her eyes off the scene before her. She nervously licks her lips. I think I'm going to be sick. Uh-huh, I'm sure. Sick. Right. Sela's face turns gray and she grips her weapon tighter. Sacrilege! She's making a mockery of what is most noble and good in us. She's evil. She made them think that she's good and kind, and that they must protect her. But that's just what the real gods... Be quiet. Please, in all the name that's holy, stop talking. The girl claps a burned hand over her mouth. Is this some kind of holy sacrament for you, beast? Playing with others' minds and just mocking their faith? Come a little closer and I'll give you a blessing you won't forget. Snap out of it! You've been bewitched! Hey, thanks, guy. The blind knight recoils in horror. He opens and closes his mouth, lost for words, then brings his fingers up to his empty eye sockets. What? What did you do to me? Give me back my eyes! My faithful children, annihilate the heretics! The succubus meets your gaze, her blood-stained lips stretching into a sweet smile. Are you really going to raise your weapon against me? I am Iomade, after all. Hey, don't listen to her. Don't give in. Remember how you scared the crap out of that demon in the shield maze? This piece is nothing compared to that one. For a brief moment, the demon's wanton features transform into the goddess's radiant visage, but the illusion immediately dissipates. The succubus's spell didn't work. Scowling, she enters the fray.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
There's Sela. There we go. Problem solved. Bish bash bosh. Yeah, like I said, this is legitimately an encounter from Dresden originally. You have the succubus hanging out in a chapel with a bunch of crusaders who... She transforms herself to look like Iomade, and then she bangs all the crusaders who are basically her thralls. Like, that's just what she does in that part of the level. And they moved it here. The scepter and the orb are the hollow symbols of idle monarchs, who lead lives of leisure, far removed from the world wound, while their people slumber peacefully under our protection. The shield and sword, these are the symbols of our queen, Galfrey, the inheritor keeper. With the shield of her righteousness that she guards all her subjects, as well as the people of Galarian, who cower in fear at her back. I'll just take that one, and take this. A prayer scroll. Alright, so... now we got a mini-puzzle. Let the righteous find their wisdom, and the wise their reward. Alright, so what does it say? Lady of Valor, Iomade, benevolent to the homes, with humble hearts we praise our sovereign, Galfrey, who is this Galfrey? Shield and sword, yep. Let's see, Galfrey, hand the inheritor, which is statue robes, statue of woman holding a sword, male angel holding a sword. Okay, hand inheritor, silver twins, Lariel and Targona. Targona, then Zacharias and Yaniel. There we are. So in here we have a bunch of spears. I think there's like one item in here worth grabbing, and that might have been it just there. Oh, no, there's 2 magic swords in here. How about that? Oh, horse barding! Well, how about that? Lightened harness. +1 leather barding. We also have, amongst our weapons here, Cold Iron Falchion and Flail of Light Burst. Whenever this +1 flail confirms a crit, it deals additional 1d6 positive energy damage. And the rest of it, ooh, Masterwork Heavy Shields. Yeah, might as well. No? Well, if you want to know if you could dual wield shields, now you do. It also makes you move faster. Yeah. Well, so let's see how fast Seela goes now. Whee! Cruising around. Yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense. Alright, so let's head over to here.
Down this.
I forgot about the trap. I forgot about the trap that's there. Okay, let's do the big encounter that's hanging out here, because that one's going to be a pain to deal with. Alright, this is this. So this encounter is a bitch to deal with. Alright, I'm going to turn-base this one. The human body is a real treasure trove of invaluable ingredients. It's an alchemical laboratory all by itself, so to speak, ready for further research. Allow me to demonstrate some of the more impressive effects on you. Good old Blur. There he is. Alright, so let's first do this. He saved? Plus 13. Holy shit. Zero damage.
I won't go down this easy.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Sick.
The light take you.
Ow.
I'll split you in half.
Tactical retreat. No.
Is everyone still alive? Good.
Cover me, all right?
Oh, God damn it, Woljif. Really? You rolled a 3 on this?
I'll cut you wide open.
And an 8. Yeah, I know he's an alchemist, but just like, I don't know. Watch. Like, watch. Let's find out. Oh, good. He's actually failed that one. Oh, he's got a will of 1. Okay, fair enough. That solves that problem. Let's just, in that case, let's redo this fight a wee bit. All right. Skip that. Let the fight begin.
Against our resolve.
Put that right there. Oh. Oh, I get to Okay. I got to sneak attack him. Spiked and Tangle works really well in whittling down large groups. I'll have to try that out once I get the ability to do so.
I'll split you in half.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay, let's see. Grease over... Actually, you know what? Let's grease this side, because that's the melee side. Perfect! Now you're gonna just battle spirit up, and I guess swift action can be used for this. Fucking.
So this is how it. Ouch!
The inheritor.
Nice!
My blade.
Damn, Silo, okay.
I won't go down this easy.
Okay. You go to sleep. What's sadistic game design? Like, I actually don't know what that achievement is offhand.
Severe.
You won't survive me.
It's all your fault.
I can push through this.
No glory. Without
Okay, there we go. That works better.
So this is how it feels.
I hate those cultists. Archer, cultist. Good.
Endure this.
the light. Take you.
God damn, cultist champion got back up. Failed.
Make every strike count.
Nice miss, Lan. Did you fucking not ki- What the fuck?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I swear to God, if he stands... God damn. Complete the game with the following settings. Complete the following deeds. Core difficulty, party speed depends on the weight you're carrying. That's no auto level up for PC or companions. No retrain. No more than 75 rest total. Finally, kill all optional boss in the earliest chapter possible. Defeat Kormaz's army in Crusade mode. Develop all 4 Crusade stats in maximum point. The one that gets me is 75 rests total. That's absurd. That one just seems a bit much.
I'll cut you wide open.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Cover me, all right?
There he is. Thank God all their stuff is localized up there.
I'll split you in half.
There we go. And now... Slumber. Yeah, potion... Honestly, I feel like you won't even have enough potions and scrolls if you do that. That's a lot.
The light take you.
The spirits demand your blood.
You won't survive me.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
God damn it, bullshit. Please roll for fucking damage. Jesus Christ. That's one dead, thank God.
Into the fray.
I fucking hate those cultists so much. Why did you go unconscious? Wait, why are you getting attacked by fucking harm? Why is that hitting you?
You are today's sacrifice.
Endure this.
Distract them from me.
Saved. God damn it.
The inheritors guide my blade.
Go for their hearts.
Make every strike count.
Time to share your treasures.
How long is he unconscious for? Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Excruciating.
Oh, there's a scythe. God damn it.
Surrender or else.
The light take you.
How long is he asleep for?
I'll cut you wide open.
9 more seconds. Yeah, scythes are fun when you're not the one being killed by them.
You've crossed the wrong mountain.
Failed.
No without risk.
Damn it! What?
You won't survive me.
Oh, this is how it feels.
And he saved against that. Lovely.
Endure this.
I can push through.
What? No, I haven't even hit Mythic Rank 1 yet. What are you talking about? You mean the actual transformations at the end of the game in Chapter 5? No, this is the... Look, man, it's not my fault you people are... It's not my fault that you people are watching me so slowly. I'm doing all this in the off time. But, no. In the other playthroughs, they stop at Chapter 4. Or at the end of Chapter 4, so you can't do the thing. I'm just gonna have you sit over here. Oh, this is perfect. This is actually perfect. Ember, please deal with this man. And then move over here, I guess.
I'll cut you wide open.
Are you fucking... Oh, I know about that part already. That part has been shown to me just from the very... No, you fucking... God damn it! The wizard attacked him and hit, which triggered him to wake up from sleep. Where'd that archer come from?
Move aside.
Who, me? Watch and learn.
You've crossed the wrong mark.
Perfect.
I'll cut you wide open.
Slumber. Let's have you hang out for a second, Sela. There, he's dead.
I'll split you in half. Damn it all.
You won't survive me.
The spirits demand your blood.
Nice job, Camellia.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Tactical retreat. No. Cover me, all right?
Thank you for actually hitting. Okay, someone else died. Let's see. Outflank only works if 2 melee are flanking or archer attacking. I think it's only melee. I want to say outflank is only melee, but I have to read the text. Well, I can read it right now. Ally who also has this feat are flanking the same creature, so it would be adjacent. You'd have to actually be threatening them. Currently watching someone who plays all the paths and their powers, just tricks or powers from 1 to 3. So is he like playing through, or is he just doing like rebuilds and then showing like this is what the powers are?
Endure this.
Oh, that was stupid. I targeted the wrong one. I hit the wrong one with that.
You are today's sacrifice.
14. Lovely.
Into the fray.
There we go.
Stabby or zappy? Why not both?
This pain is excruciating.
Make every strike count.
Go for their hearts.
Will save. Yeah, it is. I know.
No glory without risk.
Oh, thank God.
Distract them from me.
Really, just thank God that
You've crossed the wrong
Wolcha
mongrel.
or Sela fucking is destroying people right
I'll
now.
cut you wide open.
There we go. Thank God.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Can't you just die already?
You won't survive me.
Come on
The
and
spirits
stab.
demand your blood.
Oh. Oh. Thank you. Oh boy. That is a pain in the ass of a fight. See, I've got the rest of this loot picked up, right? Good. Knowledge Arcana.
Did it.
Judging by the ingredients and devices, the alchemists of this laboratory were working on a very dangerous poison. Fortunately, they never got the chance to finish their experiments.
I am helpful. Am I not?
Oh. That's just what that is. Alright. Oh, yes, this room.
Can't hide from me.
I don't know how much of a secret door it is when I'm sitting on the other side of it. Alright, inflict.
They will break.
All right, here we
against
go.
our
This is
resolve.
this one's a little less annoying, but still kind of a pain.
Time to share your treasures.
Great.
Endure this.
Yeah, clearly.
They will break against our resolve.
Tactical retreat!
I'll cut you wide open.
Save. Oh my god. 2 Brimmeracks are such a pain in the ass. I don't have Cameo resist energy too. That's not going to show up for a while. Well, I guess I could use it if I had a scroll, but I don't really have the ability to do that with scrolls right now. Alright, let's try this.
Can we retreat already?
Okay, well that did not work. The real problem is the Brimmeracks act before me and my entire party is bunched up into a small corridor. So I'm literally just a sitting duck waiting to die.
Watch and learn.
Yet another obstacle.
The horse is hidden. Seela's riding an invisible horse right now.
Cover me, alright?
The light take you.
There we go. That's 1 dead. Okay, which Brimerack is gonna... This one. Can I sleep you? Yes! That saves me from the next one. I'll just have Ember move out here so she's not going to die instantly.
I'll cut you wide open.
I hate these clerics.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll split you in half.
I'm going to wait until after Seela's turn, I think.
All your fault.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Into the fray.
Nice miss. Nice save, god damn it.
The spirits demand your blood.
You won't survive me.
Shit.
Samir them. I won't go down this easy.
This'll leave a bruise. The Inheritor, guide my
Nice
blade.
hit.
Surrender or else.
That works.
You are today's sacrifice.
Endure this.
Okay, there's that one Brimerack. Thank God they missed. Okay, nobody's critically wounded. Good.
Why do I have to do this? Move aside.
Man, I just keep failing those checks. Needed a really just not much higher than a 7.
We will win this war.
for their heart.
Oh god, there's two of them.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Shit.
I don't like you.
So this is how it feels.
The light take you.
Make every strike count.
Fucking
Strike
rolls.
for me. It's all your fault.
These fucking rolls.
Into the fray.
Like, part of that, at least, was not my fault. It was just the game going, nah, you just don't want to roll above a 10 today, right? 10's a really high number. You should roll 5s and 7s. And while I'm here, before they see me, or at least get these people out of the red. Oops. Oops, no, I wanted this.
Save the last one for me.
God damn, see, fucking idiots. Let's actually go after Ember here.
Into the fray.
Just wait till after Ember acts. Ember is going to just snooze that one. Good. Then that means Woljif can come over here. And on the next round, slap it around.
I'll split you in half.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll cut you wide open.
And now they killed both of my wizards. Killed both of my fucking wizards instantly. God damn it! Such a pain in the ass. I've got to heal this time. Let's see how this one goes. Probably not very well, is my guess.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The inheritor. Guide my blade.
I'll cut you wide open.
This bypasses spell resistance. I did 7 sneak attack. Great. I should be close. It's just like... part of it is also that I just haven't healed. 14.
I'll split you in half.
Part of it is I haven't healed, and the rest of it is that these fucking dice are just killing me.
You won't survive me.
The light take you.
The spirits demand your blood.
Cover me, all right?
Oh, that's nice.
This is how it feels.
I already slumbered that one. Evil Eye, it's AC. Perfect. I can deal with this.
Here. Endure this.
No glory without risk.
Alright. Boy, I'd really love if fucking Land could get clustered shots anytime now. Hey, there it is. So many plans and hopes have gone up in smoke along with the city, and so many are yet to burn. Soon. Areelu Vorlish here in Kenabres. I do not fancy meeting her in battle. So I live and breathe. That was the architect of the world wound, the vilest witch of them all.
This is my kind of work.
Alright, so all that is really is just you get a couple items here, a couple little bits of loot, and you get to see here that Yaniel is the sword statue.
You ask me.
Tactical retreat!
No.
Really?
Excruciating.
I mean, yes, I would call you crazy. She is the architect of the world wound, the traitor to humanity, Areelu Vorlish. Nope,
How
nope.
much longer, I wonder?
Okay, maybe I should just send Camellia forward or Woljif. This reminds me of
My
a section
tail
in
is
the movie,
restless.
actually.
Might be trap, might be treasure. This is my kind of work.
So I've actually, what's this trap gonna do? Ah. I mentioned the movie The Gamers before. It's a very good movie. Just if you want to watch a bunch of nerds playing D&D as a movie in like a legit way, as opposed to Hollywood D&D, let's call it. Yeah, let's go with that. Anyway, what it is it's a movie
Now what is that?
that some people just made of like basically a D&D game. And they play themselves and they play the characters. And one of the scenes is... Oh, those are much stronger than they were last time.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
It's Cameo and Bard. Let's put Camellia over here for a second. It's quite good, huh? Cameo Fighter, Cameo Rogue.
I'll split you in half.
I can't actually hit anyone.
Samir them.
There, everyone gets a little bit of temp HP. But anyway, as I was saying, there's one section where, in The Gamers, where the first movie, not the second, there's a sequel. Oh, don't worry, I have that same feeling, definitely. But there's one section of The Gamers where they're walking down a hallway, and the rogue is going ahead checking for traps. And he gets hit by a fireball. And he said, sorry, did I say walking? I meant carefully tiptoeing through. Goes through again. Trap hits him. He dies. Sorry, did I say carefully tiptoeing through? I meant crawling on my hands and knees, searching every square inch for traps. Goes through. Dies again. All right, screw this. Who's got the highest HP pool? Oh, that's me. Okay, you just go ahead. So he just walks in, tanks the fireball, and that's it. It's a fun movie. Highly recommend. There we go. That's one dead. Nice.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Cover me, all right?
Okay, they can't really... I can't actually move Woljif. He's too like embedded in there.
You won't survive me. Endure this.
You wanna?
Make every strike count.
Let's move
I'll
you.
cut you wide open.
Really?
The spirits demand your blood.
Oh god, I see it.
You are today's
Yeah, I'm
sacrifice.
rolling Lich. Or at least that's the plan once I get through Kenabres. Can I kill this one? No, I literally just cannot move through here.
I don't like you!
I just cannot do anything. Too high.
The light, take you!
This horse is fucking just destroying people. It's great.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
That one's dead. That's... Who'd that hit? That hit Lan. Okay. Can you coup de grace this guy? No. Well, they all made their reflex save, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's not do that. Arcane Rider going Azada sounds pretty good. Get your fancy horse magicked up as well. Kick him with Stock and Grasp. I'm going alright, Implosion Diablo. How about yourself? Apart from having to deal with these fights. Okay, so let's do this way. I'm gonna have Wolchif waltz on over, all stealthy-like, and open the door. And then I'm gonna have him cast Grease right here.
Can we retreat already?
Nice! Okay, Kameli can stand there for a second. Sork going something? Weren't you going Azata for the time being? Alright, you're... Wait, did you already finish your swarm? Ah, okay. Let's have everyone move over here. Spell cast. Are you gonna finish casting that on me, or what? Thank you. Smiting good on Wolchif.
It's all your fault.
God damn it.
Into the fray!
2 and a 1. Wow. Okay, thank God that one's dealt with now. Yeah, you do. You need to pick up the you need to pick up a scale from Terendelev when she falls down in order to grab that.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Just snoozing away over there. Just having a nice little nap. Okay, let's try setting this up. Land, you're going to sit over here. No, not there. You're going to sit over here.
My tail is restless.
Let's have Camellia
Open
sit
your
over
heart to
here. Sela and Mr. Fred can sit over here. Lickman, stand there. Ember should probably be over here. No, not there. There. All right. No one else is eating these scrolls of inflict light wounds, so you just take them all.
You can trust me.
Always be ready for the worst. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Yeah, right. The drink potion button would be greatly appreciated. For the pipe fox, I don't really know who to put it on, you know? Nice. I just don't know who would best benefit from having the pipe fox. Perfect. That's an option, yeah. Ow.
Cover me, all right?
I'll cut you wide open. This pain is excruciating.
You won't survive me.
Oh my god. That did a lot more damage than I thought it would. Okay, Sela.
The inheritor.
Smack a dretch. Okay, you... Nope. Okay, never mind. I guess you're gonna have to wait.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
The spirits demand your blood.
I'll split you in
There we go.
Endure this.
Tactical
This is
retreat!
not my time yet.
No?
Into the fray.
Perfect. Ember, who's left? Snooze you.
Distract them from me. Time to share your treasures.
Please don't attack the minute.
You are today's sacrifice.
Make every strike count.
You fucking morons!
The light. Take you.
I hate these fucking wizards. They are making this fight much harder for me than it
Go
needs
for
to be.
their hearts.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
At least I killed them all in the end. Yeah, someone else was actually talking about that exact thing. Who was it? Was it Svenreek? Svenreek, were you the one doing the Sacred Huntsman LAN? Let's see. Get the goop at leper, then use goop. Yeah, exactly. So there's that. I might multi-class some of them, but generally speaking, like, I can do that later with respec. That's not an issue. I kind of just want to see what each of these classes do, because apart from rogue, I haven't actually, like, done anything with any of these classes before. Let's see, get the goop at leper, use the goop at Dresden, save the goop queen, and then use the notes to replicate the experiment. Yep, that's to get swarm, and it is a journey. I bet. Alright. Let's see what's in here. Spoon.
Move aside.
Some loot. A little bit of gold hidden in a boot. Wow, it was fucking nothing. Well, I got XP, I suppose. Need the key. Need the key. Or that one's not a key, that one's just not open. Ah, yes, this part. Excellent. Lovely, lovely. I love this. Huh. That's weird. Okay then. Hey, who dragged all these barrels in here? Stop, you can't come in here. I was ordered to rig everything in here. And then it blows up, and then mysterious stranger. Haha, a fine trick. Keep it up and I might invite you to join our club. Very weird how it didn't show up there, though. That was bizarre. Hey, when do you wizards want to deal with this? There we go. Yeah, I know what caused it. I don't know why the text wasn't showing up. There's the Mordant War Axe. That's slightly useful. No, it's actually not that useful.
A new follower.
Oh, thanks for the follow, MTSC2. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I'm just wondering why none of the dialogue showed up is my main question there.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Yeah, but it's not as good as the war axes that Grey War has already. What's up?
You won't survive me.
It's all your fault.
God damn it, Mulder.
I'll cut you wide open.
Immediately drops.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Oh, nice. Ah, I see. Yeah, well, the two...
Endure this.
Okay, I gotta kill...
The spirits demand your blood.
Okay, so... Sela, I'm gonna have you run over here real quick. You... Coup de grace this one. Shit, you fucking morons.
Make every strike count.
You are today's sacrifice.
Alright, well,
Into the fray.
I had a feeling that was gonna happen, so that's why I did that. Yeah, well... The problem with that is YouTube does not like... let me actually take a look here real quick. Let's see what YouTube says at the moment. YouTube is... We're currently on our what? I don't know, like our... Yeah, processing HD version. So I uploaded those... So we're on our about 30 or 34 of them processing. So I just... Honestly, if you want to watch the whole thing, then you can watch it on Twitch. The whole VOD's there. It's just, it is a single 8-hour video with no timestamps, which is the only issue. So it's, you know, gotta deal with it somehow. Also, while I'm here, let me just get rid of these things here. Got that completed, and I've got to get Wendu on my team at some point. Yes, hi, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. Glad you're enjoying the VODs as well. Well, when they're functional, at least. Right, there's that shiny portrait. Divine power of heaven seems to radiate from the painting. That might be the reason why it remained hidden from the demon's eyes and avoided desecration. Yeah, Sela has a mount.
A bright future awaits us.
Ta-da! That's Mr. Fred. And he actually kicks ass, as it turns out. Like, wow, they are... Wow. I always was like, yeah, mounts are kind of whatever. They're a lot of work for not much gain. Yeah, it's Sela. But like up until now, my feelings on mounts have always been like, it's a lot of work for not a whole lot of gain, really. Like, you get to move around faster, but you have to deal with like low ceilings and what have you. But having actually used this mount now, it's super good because Sela gets 4 extra attacks per round or something.
How much longer, I wonder?
Is that
Like,
a
I can
trap?
appreciate that.
It might be a trap.
Okay, that's the way to go. Okay, one last thing to do here. Don't forget the pick power. Yeah, well, what you do is just, if you have
We will
Sela,
win this war.
she gets the ability to mount companion just on her hotbar, so you just select that on her horse and she mounts, and that's it. You do have to get a little bit of extra stuff in there just to make mount better, because... Ah, this works. Okay, time to kill some Vermilex.
Go for their hearts!
Out of my way!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Kill the Vermilex.
Take you!
Or not. That's cool too, I suppose. Okay, good. It's dead. I don't have to worry about everyone dying instantaneously in a second.
This was unexpected.
I'll cut you wide open!
Our split.
Really quickly just make sure it's dead. Thank you. Hex this one. Perfect.
The spirits demand your blood!
The inheritor, guide my blade!
All right, the only one with a crippling injury is Woljif. I can deal with
Might
this.
be trap, might be treasure.
Side.
Following guide to turn Sela into a bard. Sela into a bard. I could see that working. I could.
Make way.
Oh yeah, there's 2 Vermelex in here.
This war must end.
Perfect. Well,
You are today's sacrifice.
Into the fray!
think about it this way. You can justify the lore for everything if you want.
Survive me.
Actually, I'm going to have Wolchif hide over here.
Go for their hearts.
The light! Take you!
How did you miss all of those hits?
I don't like you!
What are these rolls?
This.
The inheritor! Guide my blade!
There we go. Jesus Christ. Yeah, well... The nice thing they did is they did add in the search function, so you can at the very least sort of filter down things that are actually useful and relevant to what you want. For feat choices, I never really had a problem with choice paralysis, right? Obviously, that's a factor because there's so many... I'm not going to say infinite, because it isn't, but there is an unthinkable amount of options on how to make characters in this game.
I found
Yet another obstacle.
I'll cut you wide open.
into the fray!
Surrender or else.
Out of my way!
Make every strike count.
There we go. Problem solved. Now, where's that? Ah, it's right there.
I hope you appreciate this.
Yeah, right? I was actually hitting. Bizarre. Anyway, for, Okay, so let me scroll back on the conversation a little bit. Following a guide to concealing a bard, torn between being a filthy min-maxer and wanting to play lore-friendly builds. So, my thinking is there is nothing that prevents you from doing both. Like, I am the filthiest of min-maxers. I've made characters that max the fuck out of things and minimize the fuck out of everything else at the cost of their own soul. Fucking crim the first round of the fight. Look, the dice... Look, don't blame yourself. The game was rigged from the start. Anyway, so I'm a filthy min-maxer, but you can still make your characters exist within the world, within their own builds. You just have to find a way to either have all the stuff justified by their backstory, or trigger things to happen, you know, as they go forward, and the backstory sort of makes sense. For example, Sela going into a bard would be... She's fighting side by side with her allies, but she realized that maybe her sword arm isn't the best, or maybe she realizes that someone else is better suited, or she's more for a leadership role, and take that to step into sort of the bard direction, which is more about sitting back, guiding allies, debuffing enemies. As an alternative, if you wanted to go for, like, I don't know, Nenyo going into Arcane Trickster, maybe Nenyo realizes that just casting magic and using spells isn't enough, and she has to use a little bit of her finger dexterity to work, goes into Rogue to sort of learn the tricks of the trade, and then after that point sort of is able to move that into Arcane Trickster by going like, okay, I've sort of seen how to do it with my hands, now how to do it with my telekinesis hands. Or I know how to, like, stab in the back with Arcane Trickster stuff. Pure RPG I'm right now, an Enchanter Sorcerer. Dominate, I'll kill with Necromancy, so I'm going to use basically only Enchant Necromancy. So far, not so good. Do I need a Zotopath to make enemy roll twice and get the worst result? Yeah, well, you'll get there. You'll get there eventually. The game, I'm really glad about the difficulty in this game because while I am very intimately familiar with the rule set, it does not require you to have an extreme familiarity with the rules to do well. Your characters will, generally speaking, be able to carry you forward, even if it's just on their base classes, following the base builds that they give you. Like, you can, especially if you go down to, like, normal or lower difficulty, you can just go through the entire game just auto-clicking everything and just win. Well, maybe not the very end, but you know what I mean. If you have any builds ideas, too, I'm here to bounce off of it if you want to hear an opinion. I don't know how good my opinion is for whatever you're doing, but it's there. There's the sounds of battle through here. Cool. That takes care of this zone. My haste is still active. I got another 20 minutes before my mutagen runs out. Okay, now let's see. Whoa. Hey, Cardboard's here. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. My raid thingy isn't showing up. Yes, hello. How are you guys doing today? Hope the weather is finding you well and whatnot. What on earth are you people doing? Hello. Hello. Yes. Doing all right. Just attempting to free the city from the grasp of demons that have invaded it from another dimension. Which is actually all demons, come to think of it. They don't tend to be from the same dimension as the people they're invading. But you know what I mean.
Move aside.
Anyway, if you like a good old CRPG, this is a good CRPG to get. Yeah, pretty much. And I'm very, very disappointed my stupid raid animation didn't trigger. Hold on, let me do it manually. Actually, I might be able to do this. No? Okay, I'll just do it on Streamlabs. Hold on. Streamlabs. I got a dumb little animation that I play, and it doesn't play whenever raids happen. I'm very annoyed. Okay, dashboard, and gotta go to the alert box. And where is it? Just right. There we go.
Rank up. Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
There you go. Just pretend that says cardboard tier. Anyway, yes, thank you for the raid. Hope your stream went well. Okay, here we go. A new batch of living hearts for my rituals is finally here. Very good, my lord Tiscari, I offer this sacrifice to you. Ah, here they go. For Iomade! Thanks, Inquisitors. For Prelate Hole Run!
You can handle them, right?
Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna have everyone go for her immediately. Shit, Woljif's dead. Alright, I'm gonna have Woljif sit on the other side of the building for a minute because he is very close to being dead and I don't want him to die. Or I could heal him, I suppose. Yeah, I guess I can heal him. Let's see, grab some of these. And I'm out of cure lights. Okay, the horse is fine. So, fun fact. This is actually the final boss of Book 1 in the original adventure path. Come on, there we go, perfect. Hey, level up! Well, yeah, this is the original final boss of the encounter, right here. Jeslyn. She is a, I believe, a cleric of Discari, and she is a bear to beat. But not so much for the party I was running through the campaign.
I hope
They would have steamrolled her, which is why I threw in a bonus encounter. So, one of the things I liked doing when I was running Wrath would just be homebrewing or creating a bunch of various encounters that are homages or references to other things. As an example, when they got to the final room with the Wardstone at the end of the original adventure, they encountered a bunch of bas-reliefs of various tortured beings on the walls. People crucified, people getting hung or executed in other ways, or people tied up in torture wheels. You know, those, like, wheels that you sort of get stuck inside. And then some of the torture wheel skeletons popped off the walls. And I had my party experience a functional wheel skeleton build in Pathfinder. Which, that was a fun time. Technically speaking, they had already experienced it, but never in that context. And especially not at that low of a level. Now, it didn't wind up being too much of a challenge, because it is still like a very low-level undead that they're dealing with, and there was a bunch of them, like two of them had guns. But it put the fear of God into them, and that's what counts.
Can we retreat already?
the world's in crimson.
I'll tell you, nothing quite makes your day when you're running a game as letting your party run into a room, go, by the way, this is the enemy you're fighting, plopping down a couple wheel skeleton tokens, and everyone in the party going, fuck you!
It's done now.
This ancient font once sanctified water for church rituals, but demons have befouled it by filling the basin with human intestines. Its holy power might return should someone cleanse the place, which it did. Now we got glowy room over here. Alright, now... there he is.
Why did you drag me here, you wench? To mock me one last time? Go on, finish me! Drink my blood, devour my soul! Just get on with it. Let me die at last.
Staunton, light of my life, don't be so silly. I could never hurt you. I brought you away from the battle to save you. My love, you don't belong in this grubby city where everyone hates you. Come away with me. You know I have always loved you.
You lying filth! You have the gall to say that to my face? But it was you. It was all you. You're the reason I lost everything. You're the reason why everyone despises me!
So it was me who brought shame upon you in front of the people you called friends? It was me who mocked you year after year, spat on you, forced you to do dirty, demeaning work like you were a drudge, and not the bravest of knights. No, it was all of them, the Crusaders and their witless queen. If you remember the day Dresden fell, I asked you to be its new ruler. You refused, of course. You and your principles. But look what's become of you.
They talk about love, but they are really talking about a terrible disaster. Like an earthquake, or a hurricane, or a shipwreck.
I'm sorry to say that there is truth in the demon's words. The Crusaders really have treated him terribly. I say this as a criminal who has been forgiven by other knights of Iomade. But like all demons, she has built a mountain of lies and deception upon this one grain of truth.
My offer still stands. Come away from here, my love. You will rule Dresden as a king, and I will be your queen.
The demon and the traitor, you both deserve to die.
See? You're willing to give your life for these ungrateful swine, and they dare call you a traitor. They all despise you. I'm the only one who loves you.
Staunton gets to his feet and looks at the eyeless Lilitu with a strange expression on his face. A mounted would sooner weep than this grim dwarf, but tears now well in his eyes.
Dearest, it's all right. I'm here. We'll never be parted again. Let's go. Come.
Get back!
Grasping his weapon, Staunton slashes at Minago's eyeless face and, with surprising agility for one of his stature, flees up the stairs.
Curses! Ugh. Stubborn as a mule. Never mind, my pet. Never mind. You won't get far. You will kiss this scratch and beg for forgiveness. You will be mine. Wholly, eternally, and willingly.
Oh, wait! Oh my god! I just forgot about something. I just remembered. What's gonna happen when you meet Minago again in Act 4 as Lich? How's that gonna work? That's gotta be something, right? That's gonna have to be something. There's no way they wouldn't have that as something. Anyway, away she goes. So, I've got one more encounter, I want to say. And let's see what I was going to grab. That's just a regular buckler. Was this magic? No. Is this magic? No. You have to be Lich specifically to raise him. I mean, you know what I mean. You're technically a necromancer, but I mean specifically when you raise him and go into Act 4 and you meet Minago again. Yeah, exactly. Scarred Cultist, Bathroom Cleric, Recruits, nothing. Okay. So you can't... Yeah, exactly. I want to know what's going to happen there. That's got to be something. Like, the game's done a very good job so far of constantly going, like, throwing in these interactions that I would not expect. There's no way they didn't have something for that. Oh, hi.
Go on. Into the fray.
I'll cut you wide open.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. I'll split you in half.
Cover me, all right?
Gone.
Ah, well, he saved. What's his will save? 9? Okay, so it would be tricky either way.
Your pain is my pleasure.
Well, so much for the Crusade Wizards. Let's reduce that AC a bit, huh? Oh, yeah, look at that. That's lovely.
The inheritor. Guide
And
my
I still
blade.
missed. I still... Let's look at those rolls real quick here, right? Okay, let's see here. Sela attacked Dragon with Radiance. Miss. Rolled a 6. Mr. Fred attacked. A 2. Sela... Wait, she's using the heavy shield? So she's 2-weapon fighting. She's... I just wanted to use it because it's a Masterwork shield. I didn't want a 2-weapon fight with it. I'm fighting the Succubus inside the Tierbeth house and killing her with Zip Zap. Well, Chain Lightning seems to work fine from what I've seen, or what I've heard, rather.
The spirits demand your blood!
You won't survive me.
And
Smear.
there we go. Okay, Sela, hold up. Sela, please take this off. I regret putting this shield on you. Is this... That's spiked heavy shield? Where's your regular shield? Where's your regular shield, Sela? Sela, where's your regular shield? Sela, where did your shield go? Sela. Is it an armor? It's an armor, okay. No, it's... The shield... These shields are weapons. These shields are armor. That's what it was. Okay, we're good. Anyway, Evil Eye is an ability that witches get. Or specifically... witches and shamans and anyone who uses hexes. And what it does...
How much longer, I wonder?
Yeah, well, I think we can take a little nap here real quick, right? Actually, before I do that... what Evil Eye is it's an ability that you can use, and you can stare at a target with it, and it reduces either their attack roll, their saving throws, or their AC. So it makes them easier to hit. And then if they fail the save, it gets reduced for however many rounds. If they make the save, it still gets reduced by 1 round. So people will still be able to get their hits in after that point, but then it'll go back to normal afterwards. It's an incredibly powerful ability, because what it does is it allows you to debuff a target in such a way that they cannot avoid it, and then use Cackle to just constantly keep it reduced. Since Cackle is a move action and using the Evil Eye as a standard action. And you can do all 3 of them. So if you go through this whole thing, you'll be able to reduce their AC by 4, their saves by 4, and their attack rolls by 4, or at higher levels by 8, which is incredibly strong. And there's no restriction on that, as long as you just keep cackling each round, because it resets, even if they make the saves, it resets after a round, and you just keep cackling to extend the duration, and you can target multiple creatures. The only thing is that if you don't keep cackling, then they will run out, and yeah, it's really strong. If you don't keep cackling, it has the same restriction that most hexes have, where you can only target a creature once every 24 hours. So you have to make sure you keep on it, otherwise you'll lose out. But yeah, it's pretty good when it exists. Now, for this level, under most circumstances, I would go for Preserve Organs and then go into Mummification eventually. But I'm thinking Enhanced Potion, because that'll make every potion I craft and use function at my caster level, which makes it much stronger for me. Extend Potion is useful, but not... Yeah, Extend Potion's gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on Extend Potion until I hit Mythic Rank 3, so I can get greater extended spells, which will let me extend my stuff. Enhanced Potion is probably the better choice there, because that'll just let me do my stuff much better. Now for this, I'm gonna get Fox's Cunning to increase my intelligence. Or armor? No, bull strength. Alright, well... Yeah, good thing you went to sleep a little bit earlier, but still 5.5 hours. I appreciate you joining in, dude, but seriously, like... Your schedule does not work with these streams, and I fully understand. Mercy, sickened, staggered, shaken, diseased. Let's get rid of disease, because I got a lot of disease coming up. Only sleep about 4 to 7 hours? I would say that's probably not healthy, but I know some people are fine operating at that level of sleep, so... What you do you, I suppose. Really? Alright, well, I guess that works. Excellent cackle. Now, cackle, at this level, she can also grab 1 spell. Let's make it... Nature's Exile. This spell curses the creature touched, making it inimical to the natural world. All animals have an initial attribute hostile toward the target. The target has an animal companion, it does not become hostile. As long as the target remains cursed, their animal companion takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls. That actually... Okay, this actually makes more sense as a spell now that I think about it, because there are a bunch of areas where there's just a bunch of random animals running around. So you could totally use this on somebody and have it be effective. Depending on the location, of course, but... Anyway, Heroism's what I'm going to grab. And land! Zen Archer, level 6. Let's grab... True Strike. And also, at this level... Completely deflected arrows. Improve precise shot, I think. Range attacks ignore anything but total concealment and cover. Let's go with that. Yeah, it's kind of like the situation with the regular game, too. Where there's a lot of effects and items that only happen under specific scenarios. But yeah, exactly. Those are some of the cooler ones, too. Like, there's ones that are less cool, where they only function in certain scenarios, and in there, they're, like, kind of whatever. But there's a lot of spells which are really cool, and when they like, function kind of mediocre most of the time, but when you get into a specific scenario, it's really excellent to have them around. Silver bullet spells. That's why Arcanist is very strong in addition to Exploiter Wizard. Or wizards in general. Because what you can do with those is you can leave your spell slots open, and then when something comes up like that, like let's say... okay. So 5e... I don't think 5e really has this. 5e has casters functioning where you set your spells and then you can cast one of the spells you prepared and you have limited spell slots. Like sort of a prepared sorcerer. In Pathfinder, what you can do is, as a wizard, I don't know if you can do this in 5th edition, you can leave all your spells blank if you want, and preparing an individual spell is 15 minutes. So you can just sit down for 50 minutes, flip through your spell book, prepare your spell. Like if you come up to a locked door, you can prepare Knock or something, or Dispel Magic, and open the door using that spell just by spending 15 minutes to research it. Arcanist has something similar, except they can expend points from their arcane pool to just full round action, I think it is, swap out one of their spells for a different spell and just cast it out. So it's really useful. Yes, basically. 5e wizards cast like Arcanist cast. You prepare your spells ahead of time, and then you have limited casts per day, but the casts aren't tied to specific spells. In Pathfinder, wizards are, I prepared 3 magic missiles and 2 mage armors, which means I can cast magic missile 3 times and mage armor twice. Whereas Arcanist is, I prepared Magic Missile and Mage Armor, and I have 5 casts, and you can cast any combination of those 2 spells. Anyway, yeah. I don't think you can do it in here, because the only time you really rest is when you're sleeping. But you can, in the regular tabletop, you can just prepare your spells on the fly and go blah, 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 blah. I got the solution for the situation. Alternatively, you just get scrolls. But that's kind of how that works. Let's see, what else can I get here? Frigid Touch, Hideous Laughter. What's Stone Call? Stone Call is Conjuration. Okay. Let's go with Fox's Cunning and Mirror Image. And then the horse can level up. Alright, now to take a nap. I don't know why Seal is showing up here. Amber, go there. And put this there. There we go. Oh, does it? I thought it started as a, just the Cold Iron Longsword, but I didn't realize it went up to +1 immediately upon giving it to a Paladin. I remember in the AP it does. Like, it's basically just a regular Cold Iron Longsword, unless it's in the hands of a Paladin, at which point it becomes a Holy Avenger as it sort of levels up over the course of the adventure. Okay, I'm gonna craft, what should I craft here? How about Bull Strength? Oh, actually, even better, I can now lower the caster level of my potion because it'll always function at my max caster level when I drink it. I think you're the type of person who would strip the flesh from my face in the night and then in the morning blame it on a pack of wild dogs. I would never in a million years come near your face. I am sure the wild dogs would also lose their appetite. Whoa, heal. Yeah, let me actually, here, let me just really quickly read you the thing from it. Actually, let me take a look at Radiance here real quick. Radiance is a Masterwork Cold Iron Longsword. Yeah, so let me just read you the excerpt of Radiance from the original Adventure Path. And also, while I'm at it, let me tell you about what I did with the scene that's coming up. So, in the original adventure... Ah, I see. So, it's as long as she's holding it, it's +1. So, in the original adventure, when you get to the Wardstone, you're given a Rod of Negation. Oh, if I take it, like the main character takes it? Okay. So it only works if the main character's paladin. Got it. I see. I understand now. Alright. Adventure Path. I want to go Wrath of the Righteous. And World Wound Incursion. So, in the original Adventure Path, what happens is, at the end of this, you have to destroy the Wardstone. I believe you actually have to use... Yeah, you get a Rod of Cancellation to destroy it. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Okay, Radiance. Yep, there it is, legendary weapon. So you get a Rod of Cancellation that you have to use to actually, like, literally destroy the Wardstone before they complete the ritual that causes all the other Wardstones to blow up, taking the barrier and all the cities with them. And what happens is, when you destroy the Wardstone, yeah, it's really cool when they do here. Like, the other one is just, you destroy the Wardstone, but it causes it to explode, which embeds pieces of the Wardstone in your body, effectively killing you, but then resurrecting you as mythic characters. In the case here is what happens when you destroy the wards. Yeah, so you destroy the Wardstone, the stuff goes into your body. Immediately, when the Wardstone fragment is destroyed, it explodes in a blast of golden light and the sounds of an angelic choir. Hundreds of razor-sharp shards of stone spray outward, destroying the cage the fragment was inside and dealing 20d6 points of damage to Jeslyn and any of her allies in the room. Oh, the explosion miraculously avoids harming the PCs and their allies. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a good crit. You're using a scythe, right? So yeah, that probably would do it. Okay, so I misremembered. In the original adventure, you destroy the Wardstone, you're fine, and then holy energies, like, basically infuse your body and make you mythic. Oh, that's right. And then Areelu Vorlish actually literally shows up in the room and starts attacking you. And then you get to stand up and beat the shit out of her. So in the version I ran, what happened was the shards did not avoid the PCs, and instead began to kill them. Like, they just killed them. Areelu Vorlish showed up as usual and was taunting the characters because, you know, the heroes of the World Wound are all lying there dead on the ground. And then I had them gestalt up. So every character in the game I was running had a backup character in case they died. And the backup character was actually their own character getting possessed by the ghost of an old crusader that was being kept in the Wardstone shard, coming forth and taking control of their body. So, like, one of the characters was an Elvis type. Hello, Cap Drago. How are you doing? Welcome back. So one of the characters was like an Elvis character who is a paladin. I think it was Rupert. Yeah, I think his name was Rupert. And when he died, he became a vampire. No, he became... God, I can't remember. Was it? No, because he was doing that, but also there was corruption effects. So if he started dying too much, he would become a vampire slowly. Another one became a death metal star. I don't think he was a skald. I think he was just like a death metal screamo man. I don't remember what all the other ones were offhand, but it was a goofy fun time. So they got to bust out all their backup characters and just start destroying people with that. And then this shows up, which is shockingly similar to what I had set up.
This is my kind of work.
I'd also point out that my campaign of Wrath of the Righteous ran like 5 years ago. So I did not know any of this plotline was going to happen when I came up with that idea. Alright, upon entering the chamber where the vanquished Wardstone resides, the Crusaders could have expected many things. An ambush, deadly spells, or a horde of enemies. But not an empty hall, still and silent, with no Minago or her henchmen. Only the obelisk and glimmers of light dancing on the dirty floor. But then again, not all is not as placid as it seems. Alexander Lichtman once again hears the seething choir. This time the voices sound louder, more insistent. One step, another, and suddenly Alexander Lichtman sees the Wardstone not as it was a moment ago, but somehow completely different. It is no monolith emanating light. It is a cage made of pure energy. The place where Dascari struck looks like a festering wound from which tendrils of dirty red and purple darkness creep throughout the entire artifact. And there, inside, two hosts of flaming warriors are locked in battle. One is light, the other blood red. But they're all waiting. For what? Oh yeah, that's also true. Like, honestly, like, this game is like... I I really need to play Kingmaker. I might play Kingmaker just on my own, or maybe I'll stream it like in the evenings or something. I don't know. But Kingmaker is like, from what I hear, it's like a 7 or 8. This is like 9 at least. Just from all the quality of life improvements, the way the storytelling's done, the structure of the game, the mechanical improvements. Everything is just such a big improvement over the previous game. It also helps that it's a better story too, in general. Like, better source material, I should say. I have not played Kingmaker fully. I played all of Act 1 of Kingmaker, so I beat the Stag Lord, but I did not actually go much further than that point. I did a little bit of the kingdom management stuff. I did a little bit of like the adventuring around there. I went to that temple that you get told about in the dream at the very beginning, but that's it. I didn't get further than that. Which is another thing. Hey, you don't need to have played Kingmaker to play this game. Completely separate stories. Apart from a couple NPCs, like the Storyteller and Jubilost and Tartuccio. Yeah, it's such a good game. Alright, so where do they wait? Hearken unto the Light Warrior's words. The Light Warriors speak of duty, service, and sacrifices made. Their words reveal the truth of the Wardstones. Each one contains a host of angels, volunteers from heaven, who committed to this indefinite imprisonment, in order to guard mortal kind from the demonic threat. They make no complaint. They ask no easing of their burden. If the goddess and her herald offered them the same choice again, they would consider it the ultimate honor to sacrifice their freedom for the cause. The angels know Discari's evil plan. When the last of the Light Warrior falls, the Wardstone will become a deadly explosive that will destroy everything around it, and the other obelisks in the chain will meet the same fate. The Light Warriors pray for help. They plead for someone to strike down their fallen brethren. Those who succumb to the demonic corruption are already beyond salvation. But if they're stopped, it will allow the Wardstone to heal and the Light Host to continue its duty. The crystal chisel discovered in the ruins of Kenabres is the ideal weapon for this task. It will cut out the corruption along with those who've succumbed to it and restore the Wardstone's full power. The eyes of the Aeon, until now slumbering peacefully in the hero's soul, awaken. They urge the hero to look upon the Wardstone through them. The Aeon's eyes wish to see. The Crusade mechanics are taking or leaving. There's bits of it that are good, there's bits of it that are kind of annoying and not really working. The nice thing is that, much like the Kingdom mechanics, you can just turn them off. Just turn it right off. One fucking extra enemy have like 15 AC and I can't hit once. Ooh, that sucks. That never feels good. Hearken unto the Red Warrior's words. The Red Warriors speak of pain and lies and disillusionment. Their words reveal the truth of the Wardstones. The barrier surrounding the world wound is built on the bondage and suffering of countless angels. Every injury dealt to the Wardstone, these angels received as physical agony. The pain is driving them insane. Deceived by the hollow platitudes about duty and service, they suffer torment day after day for the sake of ungrateful mortals who do not even know their names. Enough. The Red Warriors know that their blades, now turned against their former brethren, hasten the triumph of Discari and his servants. Once the Wardstone has been wholly conquered by corruption, it will become a deadly weapon under the demon's control. Some of the obelisk prisoners beg for freedom, while the others only pray for death, but they all agree that this insistence is unendurable. The crystal chisel discovered in the ruins of Kenabres is the perfect weapon for a massacre. It cannot force open the door for those who wish to escape, but it can destroy the Wardstone along with all its prisoners, willing and unwilling. None will be able to claim victory, but all will be gifted a merciful death that will end their suffering once and for all. Look on the angels with the Aeon's special eyes. The eyes of the Aeon pierce through essence, matter, and time and reveal the truth of the Wardstones. These stones are just as much a perversion as the world wound itself. The demons are not of this plane, but this did not give Iomade and her herald license to disrupt the balance still further, by imprisoning untold numbers of angels in stone. A crime committed in the name of good does not offset those committed in the name of evil. It only multiplies the harm done to the cosmic order. Just because whenever I think of my own eye, I think of the epic rap battles of history, where it's one of the Darth Vader versus Hitler ones, where he actually takes off the helmet and he goes like, the line is something like, "I want to look upon your failure with my own eyes." I haven't watched Black Panther either. So I always think of that specific line whenever I just think of the phrase "my own eyes," because that's what it is in my head. It's just Darth Vader taking off the helmet while trying to beat down Hitler verbally. Make a decision. There it is. The fate of two angelic hosts, faithful and fallen, and the fate of Kenabres, perhaps even all Mendev, now rest in the hero's hands. How will he proceed? Whatever this crystal chisel may be, its power is great indeed. It can destroy the stone along with all its inhabitants, or it can mend it by killing the angel defectors within. What it cannot do, alas, is free those who wish to escape, and keep the stone intact for those who wish to remain. The Aeon's eyes perceive a solution to the goddess's tinkering, one that will cost no lives. One strike with the crystal chisel at the perfect point, and the stone's magic will be destroyed. And all the angels will go to their rightful place, to heaven or the plains of chaos and evil. The remnant of the Aeon's power draws all that is left of the Aeon's existence to the hero, urging him to put things right. But somewhere deep within the hero's soul, the familiar ire seethes, endless rage, unbridled hatred. What will happen if it is unleashed here, at the stone? Destroy the stone with all the angels inside. Quell the anger of the Red Warriors by offering them peace. Cleanse the Wardstone, destroying the fallen Celestials. Wield the stone's magic and return the Celestials to their rightful plane as the Aeon would have wanted. Unleash the demonic fury. So I'm going to take this one, and here's why. Because unlike all the rest of them, this is the only one that keeps the Aeon path active. If you select any of the other ones, Aeon's gone at this point. I haven't picked Demon, which means I'm not going to keep Demon, which also means I don't have to do the Demon summoning event. And Angel will stick around just by virtue of being the path that you have to have available to choose at the very end of the section. But that's where I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to pick Aeon. The Wardstone, the goddess's weapon used in her violation of the cosmic order. The demon-crafted chisel discovered at the scene of the very same crime. It would be only fair if both instruments ceased to exist in the same moment. One precise strike, and the chisel will cut through the stone like a hot knife through butter, nullifying the criminal magic of the inheritor. With cries of terror and amazement, the imprisoned angels go to their rightful places, the faithful to heaven, the fallen to the plains of chaos and evil. The chisel turns to dust, and with a blinding flash, the stone follows it into oblivion. The eyes of the Aeon look on in satisfaction. The Aeon's mission is complete, though it came at a high price. But remains of the Aeon can now rest in peace, knowing that the world is in good hands. And as for the mortal who brought all this to an end, seeing the world through the Aeon's eyes has left its mark on him. The Aeon's orderly worldview, not unlike a shifting grid of coordinates, has been imprinted on his eyes. Eyes which will henceforth be able to see truths that often evade ordinary mortals. The Crusaders succeeded. The Angels' battle within the Wardstone has ended, and the threat to the entire chain of stones has been eliminated. Of course, this has won no guarantees of safety for the future. What happened here can happen again. The Mendevians can no longer rely on Iomede's gift as they once did, but the danger has passed for now.
Look at them, Suture. They're rejoicing like children. The storm is coming and none of them sees it.
Shall we add to their festivities, my lady? How about a little lightning to burn their flesh?
Oh no, Suture. We'll leave such frolics to Discari's little gnats. We are here for something else. something I have greatly anticipated for a long, long time.
Aeon is lawful neutral. The blisteringly vivid memory releases you, and you return from the depths of the past to the present. You feel a fresh breeze on your face. The energy expelled from the Wardstone has blown the roof off the Grey Garrison. The Wardstone's energy suffuses you, and through you flows into your allies.
Oh, what is it? It tickles.
What are you doing here? How? Ah, I see. Tricks from your pathetic goddess. So even Iomedae will resort to dirty tricks when you have her cornered. Don't celebrate yet, mortal. There's no one to hide you from me now. Look, you're already wounded. Pathetic mortal. I'll have no trouble finishing you off now. You'll die anyway.
Okay, so you just kind of built it wrong. I see. Looking down, you notice that the wound on your chest is opened up again and is bleeding as if you were hit by a sword. But there's no pain. All you feel is power filling you. Right before your eyes, the edges of the wound start to join and heal until it closes fully. Monago's face twists in frustration. Oh, that's new! The demoness looks formidable with her entourage around her, but her threats ring hollow to you now. You look at her and feel like a titan looking at an ant. Overwhelming, all-conquering power fills you. What? That little demoness? Those irritating hordes of the abyss? The gods themselves are your only equal now. I will drag your eyeless hide the length and breadth of Kenabres.
You say such disgusting things. Even imagining them repulses me.
Camelia's eyes widen incrementally, but she purses her lips in disgust.
Trying to be brave, are we? That's nice. But never dish out threats if you can't make good on them. Your goddess sent you to die. You think that's a victory? All you've done is postpone the deaths of all the other mortals. And not even for very long. But your wait for death is over. You won't see what I'm going to do to your little friends, because I'm going to kill you right now.
Battle begin! Alright, everybody has the effect, Mythic Power. Imbued with Mythic Powers, you get 2 additional attacks per round and a +5 Mythic bonus to attack. All your attacks ignore enemies' DR, automatically confirm all crits, and deal 100% divine damage. Every first attack you make during the round deals 46 divine damage in a line or cone, depending on the attack type. You get 100% fortification, DR 10, and 20 acid, fire, electricity, sonic, and cold resistance. All your spells ignore enemy spell resistances and energy resistances. Enemies fail all saving throws against them. All healing and supporting spells additionally heal and grant the target fast healing 10 for 5 rounds. All offensive spells deal additional 100% divine damage, make the target sickened and shaken. You know what that sounds like a good time for? That wasn't as impressive as I'd hoped. I wait for Sela. Up the horse! So you got any big spells? I wish I had Fireball, but I don't. Damn it. Roll too high.
You are today's sacrifice.
Endure this!
Stab you or zap you?
Ah, good old phantasmal putrefaction. Love it. That horse is just doing work. You go to sleep. Nope, never mind.
Out of my way!
Go for their heart.
Why can't you attack?
Make every strike count.
Distract them for me.
Oh, she's over there now. Let's do this.
Too late for apologies. It's real hit
Okay, I'm just gonna let him take care of this, I think.
This is how it feels. Don't worry about me.
I'll split you
Oh, geez, where the hell? Where's everybody?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Oh, he's stunned, I see.
This is not my time.
There we go.
How are you doing that? Where is your power coming from?
Well, that worked out better than expected.
Panago! To me!
Staunton, my darling. I knew you'd come back for me.
Shut it! Get over here now. Get behind me. If you want to finish her off, you'll have to step over my dead body first. Killing me won't be a challenge, I know. But I can last long enough to give her time to escape.
They really did. Land carried that fight at the end. Chris, you're right. You're a traitor. You always were a traitor.
Maybe you're right, but you won't change your mind either way. So why waste my time trying to convince you? No matter what he does, no matter what he says, Staunton Vane will always be considered a traitor. Well then, Staunton Vane will finally be the traitor you've always wanted.
People are always calling me a monster and a freak. Tell me, how come I've never once considered listening to them and becoming the terrible thing everyone claims I am?
You might have a point. If you'd been hearing those things every day for 70 years straight!
70 years? Whoa, at least I won't live long enough to suffer through anything like that. Lucky me, I suppose.
Enough talking. Monago, cast your spells and get out of here! I'll hold him off! Quickly! Before I change my mind!
No, my sweet. I won't abandon you. We'll leave this place together, and we'll go where we can be happy.
Which is Dresden, I guess?
Go! Let me finally... God damn it all! Let's go!
The demon and the traitor vanish in a magical haze. You feel the energy thrumming through your body and soul start to fade. It doesn't leave you. It hides somewhere deep down, leaving behind a small amount of incredible energy, as well as the understanding that you will one day master that inconceivably huge power. Yeah, Mythic! Goodbye, guys.
Make way. Warrior Queen coming through with a round for the heroes. Whoa, the heart is packed. And you considered nixing this little shindig, Beth?
I did consider it, And I am still considering it. It hasn't even been a week since the last demon was booted out of Kenabres. And we really should be in a period of mourning for all the city's fallen. But the people deserve to celebrate. And he deserves to be honored for saving the city and possibly all of Mendev.
That was a hell of a fight.
One hell of a fight calls for one hell of a party.
According to the Watch reports, there has been no demon activity whatsoever outside Kenabres. I get the feeling the fiends are as shocked by what happened as we are. What happened in the Garrison, what you did, it was a miracle. I truly believe that the gods remembered us and decided to intervene.
They're just having a good time over here.
Beth, come on, you agreed. No serious business today.
All right, I'm done. No more. Who would have thought we'd be celebrating a successful attack on the Grey Garrison, our own fortress, and that we'd blow the roof off the place?
It's simply unforgivable.
While we're on the topic of the roof, there's already a rumor going around that you have been blessed by Iomade herself. And it was her power granted to you that destroyed the Garrison's walls and roof. And it turns out the people want a little piece of that blessing for themselves. The townsfolk are gathering chunks of the Garrison's rubble as souvenirs and talismans. And I'm sure they'll hit the black market soon enough. Oh, yeah. Here, read on this for me. For good luck.
I wonder if I can get a cut of the sales.
I know a guy who knows some guys.
Nevi! What are you on about now?
What do you mean? Do you see many people at this table who've been personally blessed by Iomade herself?
Well, a couple perhaps.
Says the same mirthful voice that joined in before.
Iomade's blessings are not conveyed through stones, and as public officials, we really shouldn't.
Erebeth looks to the end of the table where the voice originated, and her eyes widen as her words trail off.
I feel a little chastened after what you said about public officials. But I myself have acquired a few pieces of stone, and also wish to ask our hero to breathe on them for good luck. So, what now? Are you going to toss me out of this fine establishment?
The woman dressed in unshowy finery raises her eyebrows.
Your Majesty.
Yes, it is I. I made the journey here to deduct the cost of repairing the garrison roof from your salary. We have not been introduced. Galfrey of Mendev.
Thanks for the follow, Eric131. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Shakes her hand. It is an honor, Your Majesty.
And for me also. So, this is what he looks like. The one all Mendev is talking about. News of your deeds reached me even before my messengers could.
Looks like a lich.
Your Majesty, we were just... I'll have them arrange.
Calm yourself, Commander. I deliberately came here without any fanfare because I did not wish to draw attention away from our honored hero here. My personal guard and the force I brought with me are standing watch outside the city. I ordered all your sentries to stand down. They also deserve a break. Every person who tirelessly fought to save Kenabres will enjoy themselves today. And my reinforcements will ensure peace and order.
Hello, Grix. How are you today? Will you join the celebration, Your Majesty?
Please, don't Your Majesty me. We are in a tavern, not my court in Nerosian. Address me as you would any comrade in arms. Concerning the celebration, as you can see, I already invited myself. I couldn't pass up the chance to meet the new hero all the Crusaders are talking about. And soon, not just Crusaders.
Queen Galfrey, more like Queen Gal, put these free nuts on your face. Bam, got him. We all need to get some rest.
Because grand new deeds lie ahead, yes?
Your Majesty, my dear cousin.
Count, I admit I was surprised to learn that you valiantly joined the ranks of the city's defenders. Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, she looks good for 115, you know?
I live to please you, my queen. My first thought when Discari cruelly robbed us of noble Terendelev and half of Kenabres' crusaders in one fell swoop was of you, my queen, and of how these events would weigh heavily on you. No one could have foreseen the demon attack, and we have so successfully held the defense here for 4 heroic crusades.
I'm going to drown him in the nearest well this very night.
I value your dedication and your eloquence. I hope you will continue to aid our soldiers.
Well... Nah, elves wouldn't do that. Elves aren't, like, crazy sleep-around people, like... I don't think they're like that. Because they're kind of like weird, freaky, like, Martians. Technically Venusians, but you know what I mean. I don't know. I feel like, honestly, most of the time, elves would be, like, not... Elves just feel like a weird race in general. Like, they're aliens, and they got, like, the weird alien plus the whole racism thing going that they got up there in Kyonin. I don't know. Galfrey, on the other hand, is a queen, so I imagine she probably has, like, a couple booty calls or whatever. Although, I actually don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. It's probably best not to think too hard about it. I was gonna say the ones that probably would go nuts are like gnomes, but then don't think too hard about that one either. It's an entire race of literally you have to constantly have fun or you die. But don't think too hard about it. I guess. You know, that's really similar to that one elf group in the expansions in Magic the Gathering. The ones that are like the... I don't remember which one it was. It's the ones where, like, they hate everything ugly. I don't remember which expansion they were.
Not a chance. You know that I am not made for the front lines. Excellent bash, but alas, I really must go. Important matters to be getting on with. A new shipment of wine from Kyonin, and 3 beautiful creatures of the same provenance. But I will most assuredly come to say my farewells before your army departs on its campaign, which, wherever it may lead you, will undoubtedly be crowned with victory.
I shall hold you to that, Count. And now allow me to devote some time to the hero of the evening. I did not come here solely to give you this chance to celebrate, but all serious discussions and official announcements can wait until tomorrow. I have big, big plans for all of you, especially for you. But I want to keep you in suspense for a little while longer, so I shan't say another word. Let us mark this victory. My first toast is to you, the hero of Kenabres. Now, what are we drinking?
Oh!
The fires of Kenabres have died down. Now the army's path leads to the walls of Dresden, a fallen citadel that the Crusaders have been trying in vain to reclaim for 70 years. The new piece on the board might give their efforts some added momentum.
Look at this art. Look at this art. Make it to Dresden. I got the achievement, Burning City. And now we return to the warpath. Is that him next to Irbith, the hero who saved Kenabres? The queen is coming! The queen!
Rise, warriors. Today is a day of sorrow and pride. Sorrow because we weep for our brothers and sisters who perished in Kenabres. Pride because despite demonic treachery, our heroes repelled the attack and saved the city. I, Queen Galfrey of Mendev, declare this day the first day of the 5th Crusade. And I am glad to introduce the one who will lead the attack on the forces of the Abyss. The hero of Kenabres, Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. Your leader from now unto victory or death. And now it's time to rest. Everyone is dismissed.
Yas, Queen, yas!
There, the troop review is finished. I'll give you some time to look around the camp, and then I shall expect your presence at headquarters.
All right, time to roam around a bit. Commander, allow me to join you while you inspect our encampment. All right, well, let's go. Oh, there's the storyteller.
Allow me to congratulate you on your victory and acquire mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest of demons.
Follow me, or don't.
Yeah, I mean, she's the one in charge of declaring the crusade, so she probably can. This is mine and Nevia's tents. We're both used to traveling, but the Queen insisted their tent to be furnished like a commanding officer's. No, that's intended. You'll find him eventually. You will find him.
Move aside.
He's hanging around someplace, basically. Neurodendoar's tent. This is Neurodendoar's tent. It seems she brought a lot of unnecessary items along with her. Oh, this is a new book from Hylar. The skeptical ranger followed Hylar, who skirted the glade and cautiously surveyed the forest around them. If you're hoping to find someone here, Captain, you're wasting your time. The needle glens are totally uninhabited. A wild animal might stray into these parts, but there are no people here. Tell me, began the venture captain, drawing out his words. What is the secret to this place? The world wound is a stone's throw away, but the needle glens look like an ordinary, healthy forest. No bubbling mold on the ground, no trees that are identical down to the last leaf, no trace of demons whatsoever. The ranger answered after a long pause. I don't know for sure, Captain, but people have different theories. Some say that the needle glens are cursed by forces that came to this world before the demons. Horrible creatures that could addle your mind with a single look. People say that's why the demons avoid this place. They're afraid. Hylar scoffed. His guide's tale was surely nothing but a cock and bull story, but the idea of his quarry hiding at the very heart of a place thought to pose a dire threat to her. Well, he couldn't help being tickled by that. The Spinner of Nightmares trail led here, to this strange wood. There was no doubt about that. But how did she ever find the way here? Hylar fished his tracker's monocle out from the depths of his pack, clipped it on his nose, looked up, and let out a full-bellied laugh. Can't fault the Harridan for her ingenuity, but she might have changed up her nasty tricks, knowing the arsenal I carry. Follow me! The ranger scoffed in disbelief. The forest remained as much a mystery to him as before, but Hylar's gaze, directed as it was through the eye of truth, effortlessly picked out the magical notches on the tree trunks, leading to an as-yet unknown destination. Okay, I've already read this one.
Make way.
Make way. Ah, there's Darren.
Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you.
Darren flashes you a self-satisfied smile.
Our short acquaintance is coming to an end. Very soon you will depart on your crusade, where you'll scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amidst snoring soldiers, be rudely awoken by the freezing cold, and have to look upon the dour faces of self-righteous prigs before you finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me, too. I've just rented a sailboat in the south. I've also hired an excellent chef and a host of other entertainments. Well, to each their own, I suppose.
Darren pauses, then adds in a more serious voice.
You know, I am generally sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom glad on a whim, you see. But you intrigue me. If only we could have spent a little more time together. But of course,
Darren grimaces,
not under these conditions. The Crusaders and the demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them.
If you feel like you don't belong here, go. But I'd like to see you again someday in the future, to get to know you better. You can throw a banquet for me at our celebrate a victory in Dresden. What do you say?
A victory in Dresden, your optimism is so charming.
Darren smirks, then seems to start slightly. He continues in a more even tone.
Well, should you prove lucky enough to survive by some miracle, come and find me. Perhaps I shall even remember you. No promises, though. In any case, I intend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off, especially when it is I who is staying and someone else who is heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on this most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter of battle. Or, if not the most precious memory, at least the most stirring.
Darren smirks before instantly losing all interest in you, or at least he pretends to. Horse. Got some stuff here. Not necessarily. Like, you can just... Some people just deal with the whole... like, age thing and go like, okay, yeah, I understand that it'll end, but we'll have a good time while we're both here. Bigot, yeah. Now, besides, like, you can have kids. All the races can, well, most of the races, well, really just humans can have kids with the other races, so that's an option. And you can't help but love one who you love, you know? Love's love. Even if it's a dwarf and a half-giant. Which actually sounds more like hate, because dwarves have racial hatred for giants. A well-dressed old dwarf is lecturing a motley company, shaking her ladle at them belligerently. Noticing you, she flings up her hands.
Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater company, the one you saved in Kenabres. Back you weren't your commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We sent her to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up a theater's expensive, so we all have to take side jobs. But we don't stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your heroic, legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the hordes of demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. Luckily, we have Mr. Kemp. He's invented a way to solve this problem using sound.
We caught a pig and some piglets who ran away from burned-out village.
The glum and husky half-orc mumble softly.
We put the piglets in a box and scared them a little, and the sound they make is just like an approaching demon horde.
But the most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the great Knight Commander. We had a right Barney over it, breaking a number of lances as well as shovel a rolling pin instead of axe branchers. We just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us? We have two candidates that are most suited to the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander.
Yeah, well, again, it's different strokes for different folks, right? I'm going to be played by a gnome. Oh god, she's gnome now? Before, wasn't she a half-elf?
Not a gnome, 2 gnomes. Rubbledom and Hierophant are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulders and puts on a long coat, and they can play tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each one gets their moment of fame. That way, they each only have to learn half the script.
Cyclops?
He's completely tame, believe me. He has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just make a short heroic explanation on a fateful moment. Like, onward! Or, we'll never give up! Or, my heart burns with courage. Lambkin can definitely handle the script.
Yeah, again, fair enough. But again, we're living in the real world and not a fantasy land where I'm currently talking to a dwarf about who's going to play me in a play, a 10-foot-tall Cyclops or 2 gnomes standing on top of each other's shoulders. Yeah, exactly. Do you have any other actors who even vaguely resemble me?
We're a small and poorly funded theater. We only have a few actors, but they're also talented, one of a kind. I've chosen the ones that are the best for your role. Trust my vision. I have more than a few successful plays under my belt.
All right, I made my decision. The Gnome Twins.
Wonderful! Sorry we took you away from all the important things heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll watch some pots, and then we're off to rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy gnome. Don't embarrass old grandma now.
A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. So picture this. My sword is by the fire. There's 2 goblins about to snatch it. The 3 more are digging through my tent. I'm sat in the bushes wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. Can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go into the bushes without my sword. So what'd you do? What'd I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know. So they all went wild and started running around. Spot my sword, and they spot me. So I jump over the fire wearing nothing but my mail shirt, grab my sword, and I yell in my big tough voice, "Oh, inheritor, grab me the power to crush these filthy creatures!" My sword shining, the goblins are screaming, I jump to attack them. I fight back, but I fought them off somehow. But ever since, I never take a step without my weapon. See how it takes a sip from the flask. Yeah, I had the half-elf before as well. So maybe it's a racial thing. Yeah, it wouldn't be weird if the what-if was not a what-if thing. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. As confusingly written as that is. Haha, that's some story. Hey, stop laughing. Stop gulping. Leave some for us. We've only just set off and you're already drinking? And with the queen in the camp? Stop this at once. The knights quickly snap to attention. Sela raises the flask and says loudly, "Right you are, Commander Tierbabe. We are but drinking to the queen's health." Sela, show some discipline. Sela becomes serious and puts the flask away. "My apologies, Commander." "That's better. You're a paladin in an army, not a mercenary on a raiding party. Make sure you act like it." Here's Mr. Fred, just hanging out.
How much longer, I wonder?
How much longer, I indeed. Ah, we got some stuff here. Field medic. Yeah, exactly. Like, you have to remember, elves are adults at like 100 or 200, I think. It's the field hospital. Last the clerics of Kenabres suffered especially heavy losses, who were in desperate need of healers. And that's Camellia, just hanging out. I guess I can't talk to you. Oh, there's an item. Camellia's just hanging out in the field tent waiting to see who comes in, I guess.
Follow me! Or don't.
Or don't. Alright, over here we have... It's used as a chapel. Even the less pious crusaders will come here to say their prayers when the final battle's upon us. I've seen it happen in my previous campaigns. So here we have... Abadar. This is a thing for Abadar. I believe this is... That's Iomade. It says right there. Desna. Aristil, Old Deadeye. Torag. And Sarenrae. bum. Bum 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 bum.
Move aside.
Okay, so now I can go to Chili Creek. This is still a time thing. This will happen eventually. Talk to the Army Quartermaster. What did I say? I didn't say anything. Ah, there's Walter Garms. Hail, Commander. Walter Garms, the camp quartermaster at your service. How may I be of help? Look at this actually real person. This is totally just a real person. Faithful Companions. Ember's cool. I'm partial to Lan and Woljif. Ember's the one that creeps you. Let me think here. Lan and Woljif. I do appreciate Nenyo, even though I think she's kind of annoying at times. Seela's alright. Arushale's top tier, as always. Social, I don't like Social that much. I'd say probably Arushale, Lan, Woljif, Ember, and for number 5... Nenyo? Well, look, when you're going on the road, you got to keep yourself drunk, a little topped off, just to be safe. What? Tell me what you have. I'm just gonna sell my stuff here real quick, but not the booze. I'm keeping the booze. Ah, yes. Well, as of now, I should actually be able to fix up the custom characters. Like, I just got here. Oh, hey, Jurna. How are you? Good day. Do you remember me? I'm Jurna. We spotted in the Defender's Heart. So you're the commander of the Crusade now. Aristotle knows it's hard to imagine someone worthier of taking up the post than the savior of Kenabres. May the gods help you prevail. What were you doing in the Defender's Heart? I was bound to do one of my holy orders. I healed the wounded and buoyed up the healthy to fight another day. Have you joined the Crusade? Don't take it amiss, but no, I haven't. I have my own task. I'm needed in Chili Creek, a tiny hamlet which, due to some oversight, has been left without a priest these many years. I'm about to set sail for there. I'll be making my journey along Old Man Selen. I'd go. Okay, I think that's everything. Hylor should have been over here. Because sworn Hylor was over here. No. Yeah, she's affably lawful good. Oh, what do the soldiers think about the new commander? They mostly tell tall tales about your unusual power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person too. Soldiers are always like that. If Iomade herself descended from heaven, you'd bet they jabber on about how she grips her sword and how good she looks in her armor. Word is that you're one of them smart aleck alchemists. You know all kinds of ancient formulas, and you can cook up a healing potion or a corrosive tincture against your enemies with nothing more than a fistful of dust and a ladleful of rainwater. Some also say you can brew top-notch moonshine too, and that's why the queen came all the way here from Nerosian. I'll put a pay to those chuckleheads right sharpish. What are your duties around camp? A little bit of everything. What's an officer to a soldier? A strict father? So what does this make a courtmaster like myself? Something like their mum. That's why. That's what. Make sure the lads have everything they need to defeat the enemy and come back from battle in one piece. Wilser starts ticking off his fingers. That means firewood, food, firewood, medicine, tents, mended clothes, fixed weapons. Horses have got to be fed and watered. The camp's got to be fortified by the evening and broken up by the morning. Make sure the wages are paid on time and the wagon's wheels don't squeak. And then there are reports. God, so you ask, I never realized how many duties I actually had. Let's see, 13 fail in a row for something that I broke 14 more and think they missed how dice works. Yeah, I don't trust the dice in this game one bit. Yeah, that's the lawful stupid alignment, which goes lawful evil stupid as well, but usually lawful stupid because you just have to follow your laws to whatever extent. Time to loot all these chests. Hey, Galfrey, I'll deal with you in a minute. Just let me put away all this booze I picked up. Oh, hey, another head. Another severed head. See, this is Cold Iron. Okay, I can sell that one. It's not unique. Going Scythe, Flail Light Burst, Mordant War Axe, The Collapse, and Malady. Good stupid. There isn't really a good stupid. Like, it's always along the lawful. Lawful stupid is usually lawful good, but played in such a way where you have to follow the law at all times, even to the detriment of good, or to the detriment of your party experience as a whole. Similarly, chaotic stupid is usually chaotic evil, because it's just doing chaos for chaos's sake. There's no greater goal, there's no benefit to yourself, there's nothing like that, just you cause chaos for the purpose of causing chaos. Like burning down your tent because chaos, I'm chaotic neutral, it's what my character would do. I'm a wild card. Like, nobody likes that kind of guy. It's really just more of a descriptor of the player as opposed to a character or specific archetype. Well, no, it is a descriptor of the player as an archetype of player, but that's kind of how it goes. It's basically someone who chooses their alignment to the detriment of everyone else's experiment. Usually, evil and good don't have that because you're good or you're like a goody two-shoes or like mustache twirling the evil, but it's always along like the chaos and law axis where somebody goes stupid. Because if you go in either of those two directions, then it's just like, that's how it works. You're either doing good deeds or you're doing evil deeds. Well, yeah, more accurately, chaotic alignments are law is follow the law. Lawful good is follow the law because it protects the weak. Neutral good is follow the law because it protects the weak, but sometimes the law has to be broken in order to do more good. And chaotic good is the law is always wrong, I am the good. So, of course, a reasonable person doesn't play that as, like, break all the laws for the purpose of breaking the laws in order to do more good. But unreasonable people will be chaotic stupid and go, I'm going to break the laws because laws are stupid and they're infringing on stuff. I'm going to be chaotic good. That's why I usually tend for neutral good nowadays as opposed to chaotic good, because it's technically more in line with like a reasonable alignment, where sometimes you follow the rules, sometimes you break them.
Who's starting the law?
Yeah, lawfully. Yeah, it's... Again, it's... Most of the time, it's like... It's just whenever somebody acts in such a way as to cause detriment to the whole game experience, because it is a cooperative game that you're playing with other people. Yeah, lawful evil is politicians. You use the law for your own purposes. True neutral is the best alignment. Tell my wife I said hello. What makes a man turn neutral? Lust for gold? Power? Or were you just born with a heart of neutrality? Man, Futurama's a great show. The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she has just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move and now awaits her opponent's reply. Yeah, right. But no, like, True Neutral is... I've seen it played two ways. It's either like, I don't want to get involved, or I'm going to get involved in everything to stop extremes from happening. Like, those are the two ways I've seen True Neutral go. Not that I've seen True Neutral that often, because the only people who choose True Neutral are druids 90% of the time. I've never actually seen a True Neutral character that wasn't a druid, come to think of it. Like, you always go to one of the other 8 alignments. Nobody ever goes True Neutral. Neutral Evil Druid is probably... Yeah, Savage Nature. There's a, let me actually look that one up real quick. There's an archetype for that. I think it's Primalist Druid? No, not Primalist Druid. Wow. I think it was Progenitor Druid. No, that's not it. It's Devolutionist. So here's the like flavor text for the Devolutionist Druid. Full of simmering hatred towards civilization and those who dwell within it, Devolutionists believe that the world will be better off without any sentient life at all. They transform intelligent creatures and domesticated animals into throwbacks to their feral ancestors. Oh god, I didn't even realize. The Devolutionist must choose a devolved humanoid as an animal companion for her nature bond. Use the stats for an ape animal companion. But a 4th level devolved humanoid doesn't increase the size large, it still gains all the other benefits at 4th level. It's literally an archetype of reject society, return to monkey. This is from 2016. Monkey. Let's see. Undomesticate. You can spend 1 minute with a willing or unrestrained domesticated animal to undo the effects of domestication. And then at level 9, you can perform a 24-hour ritual to irrevocably transform a humanoid or animal into a devolved feral state. There's no saving throw, but the target must be present and stay relatively still for the entire ritual, which typically requires a willing or restrained target. An affected humanoid's intelligence score is instantly reduced to 2. Its type changes to animal. It loses all spellcasting and abilities that require intelligence. It can't wield manufactured weapons. It gains 2 claw attacks and a bite attack. And it can't use skills other than basic, like, movement skills. Yeah. Let's see. Affected animals on screen day. Drinking. Okay. Best archetype for lawful good. Probably cop, yes. Yeah, I would say actual like non-corrupt cop is probably the best one. They're following the law because it protects people. Protect and serve. That's probably the closest thing. Lawful neutral would be like... army, I guess. They can do good or they can do evil, but they follow a strict code.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds. I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the Worldwound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Ayomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation.
Yeah, exactly. Just someone who follows the law without any decision on if it's for the good or evil of whatever they're doing. That's true. That's lawful neutral.
A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Dainik.
The queen nods to the human man and the young halfling woman standing next to her.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Ayomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Loiter has a voice now. And that voice sounds very familiar. That's not Ko again, is it? Also, yeah, like I said, neutral good is just like... Neutrals? The neutrals are like good or evil at all costs, I guess you could say. It's not necessarily all costs, but like neutral evil will... Okay, neutral good will try and get the least suffering or the best good, regardless of if the laws allow it or don't allow it. Neutral evil, by the same token, is all about inflicting the maximum amount of suffering, regardless of if it follows the laws or not. It's, neutral evil is like the actual, probably actually the most evil alignment out of all of them. Lawful evil is enforcing rules on people to inflict suffering, effectively, but at the end of the day, if you follow the rules, you are technically still fine. Chaotic evil is just like a whirlwind of destruction, which kind of lashes out of whatever, but it doesn't necessarily have, like, persistent malice against certain things, whereas neutral evil will just be like, fuck you in particular. Yeah, Darren's neutral evil. Yeah, that seems about right. Like, but yeah, neutral evil will just be like, fuck you and fuck you in particular, and just focus in on somebody and just do everything in your power to just fuck them up. That's neutral evil. Also, this... I'm going to have to find out who voiced Loiter, because I don't think it's one of their usual voice actors, because the mic quality is different.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons! I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no. Okay, chaotic evil is being a bully because you just have fun doing it. Neutral evil is being a bully because you want to see the other person cry. And lawful evil is being a bully because your dad is really rich. And that's just how the world works.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now. his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
When we met the Defender's Heart, never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it. However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
I have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course, I shall answer.
How did the demons manage to take Dresden? Not that I don't know the answer.
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
Staunton Vane. I saw him at the Grey Garrison. He defected to the demon side.
Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this. After Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting. I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
I can't believe no one decided to punish him unofficially.
Not in my army. I know all too well that the armies of some kingdoms tolerate humiliation, beatings, and even murder. Their commanders imagine it brings their soldiers together and enforces discipline. Anyone who tries to introduce such rules in Mendev will face a tribunal, along with anyone who tries to shield them, even upper command.
What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit.
Yeah, as cannon fodder.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
It's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demons' plans in Kenabres. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Kenabres. We must attack swiftly, before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the World Wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold. The very threshold of the abyss.
I have no more questions.
Wonderful.
Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are combined in the Wardstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first Wardstone in Kenabres, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. In any case, I am glad you did not allow the demons to commit sacrilege and gain control over the Wardstone in Kenabres. We might have lost one of the Wardstones, but the chain is still standing.
You should know, I received an unusual gift in the caves below Kenabres. In a vision, I saw the death of an angel called Areelu. Somehow, he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Areelu. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the World Wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Areelu. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on this special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
What are you gonna do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Does the Church of Iomede really spend so much effort prolonging your life, Queen, just so you can watch the battle from the rear? You're the living banner of the Crusades, and your deputy duties on the front lines.
Time since anyone tried to talk to me quite like that, like an interrogator at a trial. I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev.
Takes for the attack at the bar? You mean the Defender's Heart? I want to say about a day or two. Like, there's just enough time to do most of the other events that happen. Like, you can go do all the... You can basically have enough time just to visit all the other areas before time runs out. So I want to say it's probably about... I want to say it's probably about a day or two. Like, you can sleep once, I think, during that entire sequence before you have to go to the Defender's Heart. I'm not 100% sure, though.
But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
Missing the Tower of Estrad. Yeah, the Tower of Estrad is not required, though.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
You mean in Defender's Heart? The only thing I've seen is that you can actually attack the Grey Garrison before the Defender's Heart siege if you manage to blow through all the requirements fast enough. Which is... You need to get the thing from the... You need to get the thing from the main square of the Purple Stone Knife. You need to rescue the Storyteller and... Is there anything else? Storyteller, Purple Stone Knife... I think that's it, actually. If you just manage to clear out Market Square early and then... Oh, right. You also need to save the Thieflings in order to get the back passage in, but that's part of Market Square, so that's not too hard. So you can clear out... You actually can clear out Kenabres very quickly if you want to. You're just going to be going in with a very, very small party. You're going to be missing... you can pick up Ember on the way. You might be able to pick up Nenya, but you're going to be missing Woljif. And I guess that's it, really. You're just going to be missing Woljif. Task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable. Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
A rather frivolous gesture for a queen.
The adequacy of any measure can only be assessed against the reason that prompted it. Isn't that so, Count? I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenabres has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post, but I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Well, can't stop the calls. And if you want to, you can always go back, because it's currently 6 hours and 59 minutes into the stream, so that's exactly where the call came in. Oh god, I've been going for 7 hours already. I'm gonna have to re-edit this entire thing down to 3.5 hour bits. Alright, yeah, I think for Defender's Heart, you don't get XP for the enemies you kill. You just get XP for the thing at the end of it, so it's not really good for farming. Like, the only thing you get is you get some loot at the very end, and you get the XP from completing it as a whole. So really, the only benefit you get out of doing it is that you can spend more free time exploring the city to clear out everything if you want. But if you want to just skip everything, you can. You can totally just blast right through it.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
I like how you can hear the teeth clench at dear cousin.
Then let's get going. May Ayomade help us.
Hooray! The road to the World Wound awaits. And there's Nevia. Yeah, it's a pain. The Defender's Heart defense is really annoying on real-time and turn-based. It's kind of annoying in both situations, honestly. Nevia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You have no idea what cobblers the Crusaders say about you. Some say that Ayomade came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died, and then honest to God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion in an alchemist lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. But you know, you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've kind of become more dangerous. Yeah, exactly. More dangerous. I've got instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander, and by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. Alright, so now is when all the stuff has opened up. Army combat awaits. Ah, there's Hylor. How are you doing, Hylor? You've earned the title of Commander. Kenabres still stands thanks to you, but you'll have to be doubly on your guard. Your Eminence places a target on your back, and there are assassins about. Killing a high-ranking Crusader would bring a demon far more prestige than killing a common soldier. Not long ago, I stymied a few of the Spinner of Nightmare's attempts on the lives of influential Crusaders, so I know what I'm talking about. What Crusaders did you save? I'd been hunting the Spinner of Nightmares for over a year. My agents, by that time I'd created a proper network, reported to me that she'd returned to Nerosu. I immediately suspected that she was planning a great atrocity. At that time, I'd learned all too well that the Spinner was master of illusions and charms. That's why I never left the house without this. Hylor takes a monocle from his pocket and puts it on carefully. This is the Eye of Truth. It allows me to see through illusions. My friend got it from the priest of Nethys. However, neither this monocle nor my network of agents were adequate to prevent the attacks, and we were nearly too late. Let's see. Easiest way I've done was focus the guys around the walls and separate myself from the horde of an onslaught. These raiders do not line up. Yeah, they just, you really don't. It's just, you gotta just go for the alchemists, and that's it. The Spinner of Nightmares decided to strike at the Cruciform Cathedral. They had gathered to celebrate the victory of the First Crusade. It was a great holiday, and there was a lavish ceremony at the cathedral. An influential priest, Anthoclitus, was in charge of the festivities. They were intending to crown him with a tiara, a symbol of his high status. But the sacred tiara had been replaced. The Spinner had an Incutilius, a sentient or rather ominous cephalopod from the other end of the world. She'd raised it from an elver, and trained it carefully. She cast an illusion on it so that everyone would see it as a tiara. The moment its shell was placed on Anthoclius' head, the cephalopod would seize its tentacles and penetrate the priest's skull. Its poison would seep into his brain, and it would seize control over Anthoclius' dead body. Fortunately, we were able to stop this madness in time. I spotted the Spinner of Nightmares in the crowd, chased her down, and we ended up crossing swords on the roof of the cathedral. I nearly defeated her, but she fled upon a giant stallion, which was able to run across the air as if it were on ground. I was so close to catching her. She'd suffered a setback, but I let her escape. Hylor's bitter and angry smile shows he hasn't made peace with his failure.
Hogesblom. How much longer,
Hey.
I wonder?
I saw you talking to the girl hiding her face. Who was she and what'd she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself, but I bet she's not part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. Wilser frowns gloomily, his cordiality gone in an instant. She was looking for some elf, volunteer. Wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first I thought she was a messenger from Mendev. She definitely wasn't one of us. But now I see how it all looks mighty shifty. The Quartermaster eyes you with concern. She was some sort of spy then. Deal. Amulet of Jousting. Okay, that's for Crusade. That's for that. Let's go for dueling. Alright. Oh, which is AutoQuest? The base one or like a later one? Oh,
Follow
where's
me.
Lurk here?
Or don't.
Follow me or don't. I see. It wasn't working for me for a while in one of the betas, but if it's not working now, that's odd. Hey, Lurter. Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title and thank you for your time and assistance. I am Lurter Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomade, the Bringer of Light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Darren Arenday. What brings you here? When you talk to the guy and you recognize the girl's shawl, is it just not, like, triggering properly? I ask that you to assist the Church of Iomade in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the Crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in his thoughts for a moment. I suppose that you've already heard about Count Arenday's story? I refer to the tragedy at Heaven's Edge. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendeb. Mendeb before the World Wound. And yet on that day it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Kenabres for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead with their heads cut off when we got to the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate, who were said to be immune to any disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, why has this never been reported since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You're the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He is unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, you'll be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and a myriad loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I'm not sure which one of those led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid, the kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe it's specific ways it's playing, because I just did it earlier today, and it worked, so I have no idea what could be causing that. Maybe it's only an issue for specific paths or specific character builds? No, that doesn't make any sense. Are you able to reload the game? Like, just restart the game and try talking to him again? Yeah, it's... There hasn't been a patch since yesterday either, so who knows. You've already been to the estate several times. What do you expect to find now? I was a young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I paid dearly for that. Lurter makes a vague gesture pointing at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. Why can't you just search the estate yourself without involving me? The estate is abandoned and sealed with powerful containment enchantments that only the Count himself can lift. This is not the main reason, however. The main reason is that Count Arende is not officially under investigation by the Inquisition, so I couldn't just break into his house even if I found a way to bypass the spells. This is a serious matter. Lerter frowns. A matter that threatens the reputation of the entire Church of Iomade and my own organization in particular. We made more than enough unforgivable mistakes during the Third Crusade and are still dealing with their consequences. Your presence will give me my investigation the necessary legitimacy, Commander. But there is more. In addition to getting official permission, I'd also like to bring an independent third-party investigator to this case. Someone independent, but well-respected, and you fit this role perfectly. Did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Count Selena. That was all he would tell me. Lerter pauses. We had found the young Count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There's no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. So you suspect that Darren is hiding something? That he's to blame? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicions so that it doesn't affect the investigation. There's a saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arende wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. Prelate Hulrun himself examined the boy right after the tragedy, and he didn't sense anything awry in him. Fine, I'll help you. What do you need me to do? Lerter bows his head to you with exceptional reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him that you wish to see him at Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You will have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll remain here for a while. Are you one of Prelate Hulrun's followers? Lerter freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. What's your opinion on his atrocities? Lerter is silent for a while. Usually people reveal such things about themselves only to their confessor, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help and then impose certain obligations upon me. Let me put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Hulrun's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. The Prelate is an extraordinary man, but he has fallen prey to his own paranoia and monumental sense of responsibility, which has gradually eroded his razor-sharp mind. He has witnessed so much hideous darkness that he now sees it in every shadow. Yet his strength was, and still is, a shield for all the people of Mendiv. That is my opinion. His comrades and advisors are necessary to prevent him from making unforgivable mistakes. I have to go.
Move aside.
Alright, and there's Sociel, painting away. So, Sociel is a character who exists... there's Darren. He exists as a NPC in the original Adventure Path.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush hovering over the canvas without touching it. Instead of painting, the young man absent-mindedly gazes at the sky of Kenabres, which is still streaked with towering plumes of black smoke. Finally, he notices you and smiles, shaking off his stupor. Oh, you got it to work? That's good. But yeah, so Sociel is originally an NPC in the original Adventure Path. He joins for the exact same purpose that is stated here. He is just an attaché provided to you by Lady Queen Galfrey to act as an advisor for army management purposes. In this case, they expanded him a lot. He has a minor role in the story in the second act of the adventure, but here he's got a much more expanded stuff going on.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Great Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Who are you, and how could you possibly be of use to my army?
My name is Sociel Vainik. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy. I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
What you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Jeslyn. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple. Men and women, young and old, they all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith, they sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on her way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Kenabres, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple. I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
They fulfilled their duty honorably.
They did more than their duty. They gave everything they had to save others. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
What made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others.
Well, at least it works. At least you managed to get the quest done in the end, so it's not just sitting there in your library going, "You're never finished me."
I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
You wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Kenabres behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Jeslyn who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort. I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
It was nice meeting you. Now I have to go.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Hey, Darren. How are you? There you are. I'd love to visit Heaven's Edge and see the Erendale estate someday. Oh, I was about to mention that myself. I've just been thinking, now that I'm in the middle of this whole crusade nonsense, I simply must devise new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely skipped my mind. What if we were to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here, and you'll get to enjoy a banquet in a bona fide haunted house. Darren seems to have trouble getting the words out, which clearly indicates how rarely he has to ask for something, you think. Since you're my superior, and I'm your advisor, I'm obligated to ask your permission to leave for the festivities. And I want to invite you too. I'm sure the commander can free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. Are you really going to throw a banquet at the very place where your whole family died? Darren purses his lips for a moment before replying in a bored drawl. Yes, what of it? Am I supposed to weep and quake with fear for the rest of my life? I've stayed away from the damn place for 10 years, and now I'm going to return there to drink, dance, and be merry without a care in the world. You can keep your squeamish disapproval to yourself. Alright, deal. Perfect! You'll have a ball, I'm sure of it. Something strange flickers in Darren's smile. Alright, I think that's everything here for the moment, right? Yes.
I'm not touching that.
What, something wrong with the way I do his voice? No, I know, it's split 50-50. Anonymous pamphlet. I spit on the streets of Kenabres. I spit on its granite walls and its stained glass windows. There's a little dog over here. Little teeny doggy. What's up with you? I want to pet the dog. I want to pet the dog. The dog's right there. I just want to pet the dog.
Make way.
Little teeny dog just hanging out. Dog. You doing okay there, buddy? I guess it's stuck. Alright, so what was I doing? Right. I spit on the streets of Kenabres. I spit on its granite walls and its stained glass windows. If tomorrow the ground trembles, splits apart, and devours this cursed city, I will not shed one tear. No one here, not a single soul, deserves any compassion. Everyone who lives in the city is a criminal. If there were any justice in the world, every one of them would be hanged from the gallows. Prelate Helrun and Queen Galfrey chief among them. Ask anyone on the streets where they know the mongrels. The answer will be dumb silence, or the lowered eyes of a scoundrel who knows their crimes but doesn't want to think about it. Mongrels, a disgusting nickname which the residents of the city have given to the brave crusader heroes who defeated the forces of evil but paid for it with their health. Covered with scabs and tumors, bloated and gnarled, they are no longer beautiful enough to be tolerated by the very people they'd saved. As a reward for their heroism, the city dwellers exiled them to the sewers and damp caves beneath the city. The author of these words went down there and spoke with them, and I'll have you know that the ugliest of them is more noble than all the paladins of Mendev, not to mention that head-chopping prelate and his murderous queen. And if any pretend that today's city dwellers aren't responsible for the crime of their grandfathers, then I'll spit in their face, for the grandchildren of the exiles are still down there crawling in the mud and eating garbage. And everyone who knows about this and does nothing, and everyone who should but prefers blissful ignorance, I'll say they're all guilty and they repeat the same crime every day. As long as this doesn't change, any citizen who desires to fight a demon should take a knife and stab themselves in the stomach, for your city has already rotten and you're no better than the demons. If anyone were repent and right this terrible wrong, they should turn their weapons on the prudish paladins who preach good but defend an order that flies in the faith of justice. Down with the paladins, down with Prelate Helrun, down with Queen Galfrey. Like, that guy's gotta chill. Let's see, we're this one, and 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 this head, and the sermon extract, and the prayer scroll, and these biography extracts. Excellent. Alright, so that is...
How much longer, I wonder?
Me too, buddy. Me too. So that is where I'm going to leave that for today. I don't seem to be able to go to the world map immediately, which is odd. Let's make a save right here. Let's call it Time to March. And that will just lead me onwards to the next section. So, like I said, that's where we're going to leave that. As always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for checking out the game with me. I'll be back with this in 2 days. So you don't have to wait long for more Pathfinder. Just wait for those messages to disappear off the screen. And yeah. Next time, I guess we'll just head towards it. I imagine... Let me think. I could probably hit... No, because I do want to clear out everything where possible, so I might be able to hit... I'll definitely be able to hit the Gargoyles tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to hit Leper's Smile or Tuesday. But we'll see. Banishment is pretty strong. You just get rid of an enemy if you're lucky, and they fail to save. Just go. It's really useful if it kicks off, but it's not useful a lot of the time because you have to beat SR. Anyway, before everyone disappears, let's see who else is streaming that we can raid. Ko's live, as usual. Yeah, Ko Karn just streaming. Let's see. How about... A lot of people streaming it. A lot of people streaming. A lot of people streaming. Wow. So many people streaming. Let's, see, who should I send everyone over to? How about... this guy. See, how deep is he in? 2 hours? That works. So I'll send you over to this fellow. Say hi. He's got a couple people in there. More than me, that's for sure. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your days. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be back with this in 2 days. So on Thursday. And see you next time.